Did I ever mention on my podcast one of the earliest memories I have of embarrassment?
Go and expose it to us, brother.
One of the earliest memories. No, it wasn't. It was secondhand embarrassment. It wasn't my own embarrassment.
Well, I hope it's not mine then.
No, it was when I was in primary school. So I was very young in primary school, and we was in assembly, and you know, when you're in primary school, you have little chairs, little small chairs, and one of the teachers that was like a substitute teacher that used to come around was a big black woman. She was very big.
Oh no!
And I don't know what possessed her, but she thought, I'm gonna sit on one of those chairs. And during the assembly, the chair buckled underneath her.
Ooh.
And everybody, like, it just was one of those assemblies where it had like the parents in there for something. So it must have been for something.
Yeah.
And everyone was just looking at this woman and laughing at her man on the floor. And that was like, I'm never gonna forget that embarrassment.
Damn. I know if you beg, eloquently saying nothing. Say nothing, yeah. ESN, eloquently saying nothing, yeah. Say nothing, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Eloquently saying nothing.
It's soft.
Yeah, man.
Say nothing,
It suits you well then, doesn't it?
yeah.
I ain't soft.
ESN,
Eloquently
saying nothing, yeah. Say nothing.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the ESN podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. The date is, what is the date?
21st of February
21st of February. The time is
2026.
2031.
No, the year is 2026.
Oh, the year. Sorry, my bad.
Because you just said 21st of February, but when?
Okay, 2026, 2031 time. And we are in One Stop Dreadlock Studios in North London.
Episode number 552.
In your blood. Hashtag ESN Pod. Start joining the conversation at ESN Podcast on all the socials. ESN Podcast at gmail.com.
Plug,
I
tell
would
them.
like to introduce you to the people who are around me. First of all.
Tonight.
Wait for the wolf who should be coming directly.
First of all.
Wait for the wolf who should be coming directly.
First of all.
Wait for the wolf who should be coming directly.
You sending the wolf?
We sending.
You feel better, motherfucker?
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
Do you feel better? He's here.
Yeah, man. He wasn't feeling good.
People that were missing you, man. I'm sure there were people out there missing you.
There was. I know one in particular.
Hey.
It was your mum.
Your mum.
It was your mother.
Your mum.
It was mummy. I spoke to your mum.
In fact, you know what?
And
I'm going to play something that reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
Spoke to mummy and yeah. I think she made it known. She was asking, where are you? Where have
As soon
you
as
been?
we start recording, the sweet voice comes on. I have to tell him about that.
Where have you been? Where have you been? So, you know, I've been about. But I'm very, very, very happy to be back. It's been 5 weeks, man.
It's been a long time, bro.
Combination of lifing.
Yeah, I hear it.
You get me?
Combination.
Yeah, and just schedules, just like Big Ola was saying last week. So, no, good to be back. And the pods have been good. A lot of politics, man.
Too much?
Politics as usual.
Maybe.
Yeah, but isn't it relevant to the times?
Yeah, I guess. But, I mean, yeah, I guess.
It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, because whenever you talk politics, it's never, ever, it's really good news. It's really good information that you're giving. It's always scandal or bad news.
We like a bit of scandal, don't we?
You know?
It's exciting.
But it's all good.
Shout out Andrew.
Man, like?
Yeah. That guy's in a bit of a countdown conundrum, innit?
Can you imagine? You can touch all the girls you want, but mess with the money, arrested.
Mad.
I'm confused. What they said that he did something about something of justice.
Misconduct whilst in office or something.
Yeah, but what? What did they?
He's finding out information and he's passing it on to people that he shouldn't be passing on information to.
Okay, so he's doing what everyone else was doing with Epstein, basically.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
but they're focusing on that rather than the
girls.
But they can't prove anything about the girls, though. Or maybe they can. No, they have already done something with the girls, didn't they?
It was a civil case that he paid.
Yeah, but
that his mother helped him to pay.
What was making me? I was having a discussion with somebody about that.
Mother, yeah, his mama.
And they were saying, he's got all these pictures with these people. I'm like, the pictures don't on their own don't mean anything. You can't just decide because he's got pictures that suddenly he's done something.
It's in the middle of everything because you were accused of doing stuff in the first place. Yeah. Then you said, I don't know these people. I wasn't there. I didn't know the man. So then there'll be
I'm not
correspondence of.
That's not what I'm arguing about. The thing I was saying is that just because somebody's got pictures of somebody does not mean that that the person is guilty of a crime. And a lot of people around me was like, he's got pictures of people. I said, that doesn't mean you can't just say somebody's guilty of something just because you see them with pictures. Regardless of whether or not you make an assumption that he is guilty, you can't just say he's guilty because of just pictures of someone.
Yes.
Facts.
Correct. But the reason that you can throw dirt on him is because you were saying, I was not their governor. I didn't speak to him, governor. I don't chill with him, governor. And then there are pictures of you after. So you're a liar. You've already been accused of doing something. So that 1 and 1 for many people is going to equal 2.
Yeah, but a lot of the people I'm referring to had no even indication of, or even knowledge of him saying he doesn't know these people. He just saw him in a picture, put Epstein next to him, and decided that he's done something. And I'm like, you can't just decide that he's done something just because you've seen somebody with pictures and stuff. It doesn't work like that. So
we're down in circles now.
Yeah. So I understand what you're saying, but as I say, for other, it don't work like that.
I understand it. If you might not be happy with the accusations, especially if it was me in that situation, but I get it. If I'm hanging around with people that were paedophiles, and then after they've been charged and gone to jail for being a paedophile,
gone to jail,
I'm still chilling with them, and then somebody says you were a paedophile with me, then the minute there's pictures of me with other women, I can see why somebody might be like, you're a wrong'un.
Yeah, but you've added all of these things. I'm saying the people only know that this person has got a picture, they've seen all the news, and
they know he's been accused of.
Okay, I'm talking about people. I'm not saying everyone. I'm talking about very particular people. That I was very started off saying I'm talking to people, and they say he's got pictures of this. Okay. But it's fine anyway.
These people don't know about the woman that accused him of rape.
I don't know. They may be, but they don't know anything else about him saying he doesn't know who they are and this, that, and the other. They just saw Epstein, him in the pictures, and decided that he's done all of these things. Before Epstein was even like a major figure, that Andrew interview went viral worldwide. This is before like proper viral was a thing. But that was still linked to Epstein, wasn't it?
It was more about him, innit? Because Epstein
was going through the same thing at the time, wasn't he?
I can't remember the actual age in and of itself. I know that he was getting it. I don't sweat. I was in Pizza Hut or Pizza Express at the time, or whatever. All of that went viral, but all over the world. You know, the Americans love the royals as well. So
a man said he doesn't sweat.
Yeah, all of that stuff. So that one there, and then the woman, and then they're being, you know, and then she taking her own life later on down the line. We've got a book now that's come out. Yes, I know people are not necessarily, might not know all the ins and outs of what's happening now. Although I think I'd argue most people are paying attention to that. It's kind of like it's the biggest news out right now. But the stuff years ago, everyone knew all that stuff.
You're making a whole heap. The king of don't make assumptions is making a whole heap of assumptions here.
Yes. Also, you're ruining your man's intro.
I don't mind. It's all good. I mean, I was trying to think, how did we get onto?
Somebody
mentioned politics.
He said sat at Andrew, and then that was it.
What's the word he used?
Scandalous.
Yeah, scandalous.
Very scandalous. Yeah, man.
Scandalous.
Bun him
it's
anyway.
so scandalous.
Bun Fire and
so
Prince Philip.
Lava for them, man.
He's not even Prince anyway.
That's Andrew, bro.
Oh, Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
Oh,
they're all the same.
Philip's got the illegitimate picnic that we don't know about just yet.
Fuck them all, mate. That's what I'll say.
This one is going to fool that any minute now.
That thing, I swear.
You even have the cheek to lean back.
That's the only way that he's
doing a fat job business.
He can stay stable.
This chair look like at any moment it's gonna lose itself, boy.
Then the moment is
I was gonna say
we can never let it go.
Anyway, you can catch me on Instagram on aka Mr. Wolf, on Twitter on aka _Mr. Wolf. It's been good listening to my boys. The break has been longer than I wanted, but it is what it is. I got a Yoruba individual. I can't actually download it from Instagram. I think he may have done it with intent, but I can't download it anyway. So I'm just going to play it, and hopefully I don't miss out too much from the beginning. He's talking about words that you would say to your wife. Words of love in the Yoruba language. So let's have a listen.
I want you to teach me a few words to do with love. You've already told me Ayofe, the one I have chosen.
See?
No, you moved. Yeah, you touched it on
the thing.
Yes. To love. Oh, give me 2 other words that I can say to a loved one.
There's Ololufe, which is popular, which is my lover.
Ololufe.
That is like very popular.
Ololufe.
We have Enibi Okomi.
Enibi Okomi.
Enibi Okomi.
Enibi Okomi.
Yes, the one who takes the form of my heart.
You've done this one before.
You've done this one.
Yes. Takes the form of my heart.
Yes.
No, wala. Me have another. Me have another one.
Okay.
Is he ready?
See, it's been so long.
Well, we've missed you, man.
Yeah. I have my default. Sledge Baba.
Sledge Baba.
The wisdom.
The wisdom.
Okay, let's play this like this.
We Yorùbá wípé ẹyẹ lé fẹ̀sìn rẹ̀ pamọ́, ó ń ṣẹ̀sìn adìyẹ. The pigeon hides its own disgrace, then goes ahead to ridicule the chicken. The wisdom. Whoever has their own shortcomings and flaws should not fixate their eyes on that of others while they ignore their own. If you have your own challenges and flaws to deal with, you're not in the best position to gossip or mock others for their own. You should spend more time trying to fix your own life and your own problem. Òwe lẹṣin ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá, Yorùbá dùn lédè, a kú ojúmọ́ rẹ o.
Glass houses and that.
Yeah.
Glass houses. Sledge Baba, always to the rescue.
I don't want to besmirch his good character, but that he's got all of the makings of a Yoruba demon.
Do you know? There's another one I'll play maybe next week from Washere, the guy that I've played before, and he's basically talking about why men are deemed, why Nigerians are deemed Yoruba demons, and it's an ancestral thing that there's actually lineage to it. You know, it'll be interesting to hear what he has to say.
I don't think it's that deep, bruv.
I don't, but he makes it sound real.
Okay, I'll be interested to hear that.
You want to play it now?
Go on then.
He's making up for last time, yeah?
Yeah. Why not, man? Hit them.
Hold it until I've done
Go, yeah.
All right, in front of me, I have my brother. Your brother. Our brother.
Big Wahala Insta, Big Wahala Twitter was good, people.
Always in our arts.
Spider sense tingling. Spider sense tingling.
DJ Web Singer, that actor, shout him out. To my right.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie, Empress Menen Mama.
Forever. It's me again. Simple Gaza for Simon in the place. Gaza will say forever. Alliance of the Foundation. Boom, bam, 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 bam.
I've ridiculed everyone on the roster.
And me?
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize.
What?
To absolutely nobody.
Get down.
The double champ does what the he wants.
Paid the call to be the boss. You can't handle the truth.
Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss on many of the social medias.
Many, so many people. Big tune, you get me?
Because
Big
we are
tune.
not.
Are you ready?
Go now.
Yeah, let's go.
Why are Yoruba men called demons? Because we are not only cute, but also dangerously romantic. And this is not our fault. We inherited it from our ancestors. Let me talk to you about Aroko. In our culture, we have a coded system of communication called aroko. This is a comb. It is called oya, that which separates. Because what the comb actually does is the separation of tangled hair. Now, if I send this comb to a babe, that is an aroko, that means odabo. And that, my brothers and sisters, is how our ancestors romantically served breakfasts. But since we are in Valentine's season, I shall focus more on dinner and not breakfast. This is Paku. In those days of my ancestors, when a Yoruba man sights an Omoele, he waits for a moment like this and sends her Paku. And you know what that means? It means I love you so much, Omoele. In fact, I want to chew you like chewing stick. I will lie for you. If it is awesome, they send to you.
Orange.
It means you are so sweet, my love. I want to lick you. I swear I'm not kidding. How else did my ancestors pass the message of love? By sending cowries, money. But symbolically, the cowries must be 6 in number. Nítorí ẹ̀fà ló ní kẹ́ fà mí mọ́ra. What a romantic aroko. But if it were today, what they would have done is transfer. Yoruba men have always known owó títẹ̀ as a love language. That is why these women, even though they call us demons, they still can't leave us. Even when we are abroad and they are in Nigeria, we still use tap send to vibrate their account. And for our first transfer, if we transfer up to $50,
man snuck in the advert.
He snuck in the advert at the end.
So why do you feel that was convincing?
I didn't. I said that it sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
That was an advert, bruv.
I know it's an advert, but he was talking about love at the same time.
The whole thing was an advert.
Okay.
He was just playing.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
He missed it. He didn't include the demon part.
It's true.
He just mentioned that Nigerian men are sweet boys, we're lovers, we're good at romancing, which I'm not going to deny. I don't think any of us will deny that. Nigerians as a whole.
No way.
The demon part comes into when you do it with too many women at the wrong time. That's the demon part, and he didn't.
And he never touched on that.
He didn't touch on that.
Fair enough.
We are none the wiser.
All right. Going back to what you said about my mama, it reminded me of a Richard Pryor segment from the Richard Pryor show, which would have been, I believe, in the 80s or 70s. So this was a comedy show. I believe he was the first black man to have a comedy show. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I actually haven't done any research, so I'm just chatting. But in this scene, he is playing a black president. He's up on the stage and he's doing his talk to the press corps, and they're going up and asking him. And in the beginning, I'm skipping. It's nearly a 7-minute thing. I've gone into 4 minutes just to get the last bit. And he started off a bit proper, and then certain people are asking him questions, and basically the joke is the black starts coming out of him whilst people are asking him questions. So now, at this point now, like I said, we're more than halfway through. He's almost in his full black state, stereotypical black state. Somebody's about to ask him a question, he's going to get him upset, and then he's going to continue. The third question is actually the one that's applicable to Mr. Wolf, but I'm going to play the last 3 questions, I believe it is.
Because I'm tired of this mess that's been going down. Right. You know what I mean? Ever since the Rams got rid of James Harris, I've been my job in up top.
They're talking about having black quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yes, what is it?
And they have none
Mr.
of
President.
Yeah, what?
Mr. Bigby, Mississippi Herald.
Sit down. Yeah, what is it?
Mrs. Fenton Carlton Macker, Christian Women's News. Mr. President, since you've become president, you've been seen and photographed on the arms of white women. Quite frankly, sir, you've been courting an awful lot of white women. Will this continue?
As long as I can keep it up. I mean, why do you think they call it the White House?
Mr. President. Yeah, Mr. President. Now, your predecessor, President Carter, now his mother was a nurse before
What is your question about, sir?
My question, I'm leading up to my question. The question is about your mother, if you want to be...
It's okay. Please, let's take it easy. The man has a right to ask the question. Please. Please. Let's have some decorum. Now, what is the question about my dear mother? Okay.
Now, your mother was a maid in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Now, after your tenure, if your mother goes back to being a maid, right? Will your mama do my house?
Oh my days.
What my word reminded you of that?
Your mama. Be careful what you say about my mama.
Your mama's lovely.
Anyway, the statement you made where you said you wasn't sure about first black comedian to have a comedy show.
Okay, you're checking it out.
His name is Flip Wilson, and he was about from 1959 to 1998.
59.
He had 2 shows that were Emmy Award winning and a Golden Globe as well.
Flip Wilson.
Flip Wilson.
The name rings a bell, actually.
And the show was called The Flip Wilson Show.
Oh, they say individual, innit?
Yeah.
Shout out Flip
The
Wilson.
first television sitcom.
It aired from 1970 to 1974. Sorry.
74. Okay. 1970
to 1974.
You just say 59?
No,
Yeah,
he was active.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The first television sitcom to feature a predominantly black cast was the Amos and Andy Show, which debuted on CBS on June the 28th, 1951.
Do you know that Richard Pryor is the reason why Pam Grier don't have any children?
Pam Grier done what?
Yeah. He gave, what was it?
Basically, he was putting cocaine on his penis every time he was having sex with her, and it led to her having so much cocaine in her system that it made her infertile.
Damn.
Madness.
That's crazy.
Mr. Wolf's face. This is why we need to be on video sometimes. He was like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And why?
It's the world that those guys live in, isn't it?
He was on that Krizak.
Yeah.
He was on everything, man.
He was a bass head at one point. Yeah.
Very sad, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go. Imagine having babies like that. You need extra to
Pam Grier was elite.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. Even 20 years later, watching the footage back, like, she was elite. Do you know what I'm saying to you?
Even what's the film that she was in with Quentin Tarantino? No, not Get Shorty.
Foxy Brown.
Foxy Brown.
Jeez. How old would she have been in that, man? She would have been in her 60s.
And she's still...
That's what I'm saying.
That is good quality, prime
genetics.
I was trying to think who Pam Grier was. I remember now.
Oh, yeah.
She was lovely, boy.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, man.
She's still alive.
Jackie Brown is what we're talking about.
Jackie Brown. Yes, Foxy Brown was the old one that she was in. She was the original Foxy Brown before Foxy.
She's still with us.
I don't know.
I believe so.
This one has the phone in his hands.
She's 76 at the moment.
Ooh. Okay, so no, she would have been in her 50s during that film. Sorry,
either way, it's still, even in her 50s, like.
76.
Yeah, now she's big.
What do you mean big as in how?
As in fat.
Oh.
He was being diplomatic.
Oh.
All right, guys. We're
she's
all
allowed
here
to be there. Enjoy her life, man.
She's a great grandmama.
God,
oh,
I said it. While I nearly fell backwards before I nearly had a heart attack.
Why don't you just sit there?
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna fight. All right. We are having a malfunction with one of our chairs at the moment.
Oh dear.
Wahala's taking the bullet, and he's the one that's sitting in it. But unfortunately for him,
it nearly caved. It nearly gave way.
Which is going to, anyways. This thing is a health hazard. It needs to be removed.
Did I ever mention on my podcast one of the earliest memories I have of embarrassment? I don't know if I mentioned it on the podcast before. I remember telling my wife, but I don't know if I remember telling it on the podcast.
Don't expose it to us, brother.
One of the earliest memories. No, it was secondhand embarrassment. It wasn't my own embarrassment.
Well, I hope it's not mine then.
No, it was when I was in primary school. So I was very young in primary school, and we was in assembly. And you know, when you're in primary school, you have little chairs.
Yeah,
little small chairs. And one of the teachers that was like a substitute teacher that used to come around was a big black woman. She was very big.
Oh no! And
I don't know what possessed her, but she thought, I'm going to sit on one of those chairs. And during the assembly, the chair buckled underneath her.
Ooh.
And it just was one of those assemblies where it had like the parents in there for something. So it must have been for something.
Yeah.
And everyone was just looking at this woman and laughing at her man on the floor. And that was like, I'm never going to forget that embarrassment.
Damn. Horrible thing.
Yeah.
Was that? So I'm going to ask you a question now. The chair when it collapsed, was that a chair leg outwards collapse or?
I can't remember that detail, but the chair collapsed basically.
This is nearly 40 years ago. Man still remembers.
Man still remembers it.
It was black chairs with the red legs. Because I remember the chairs very, very cozy. Wow. But yeah, I'll never forget that, man. Very, very upset.
Shout out to Miss.
Yeah, man. Whoever she is, she's still around.
Have you noticed? You well, I'm going to speak to Simple Simon here specifically because you're too old for this school-run business now, isn't it, Mr. Wolf?
What do you mean too old?
As in going to school and seeing the teachers, especially in the secondary school.
Nah,
I've got some more questions when you come after this.
Yeah, I guess I don't do the school run, but I do go to the school.
Teachers are young. Teachers are half my age.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you a teacher?
But they were half my age when we was young anyway.
But to me, they were always old. But now I'm going to school and the teachers are early 20s. I'm like, hold on, you're young enough to be my child. You're raising my child.
Parents even, so you see them. See a lot of the sports.
Yeah, babies, man.
Do your children call the teachers Miss something, or do they call them by their names?
No, it's still Miss Sutton.
Okay, so they don't call them by their names.
No,
they tried to encourage that in our school, but
to call them by their names.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
I'm
don't
like,
even know what my daughter calls her. She's in her last year. She's in her GCSEs now.
Please talk like you're talking at the microphone, please.
Am I not?
No, you were not.
so what? She's GCSE year.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So she's going to college next year.
This is it. Yeah.
Oh,
Sixth form.
Sixth form. She's staying in the same school.
Not in the same one, but she's going to a different sixth form.
Okay.
My God.
Is that her first choice business? I don't even know how it works these days.
She's got 3 options: one to stay where she's at, and then 2 other places. So
And she's going where she wants to go.
we don't know yet. We'll go wait for her results. She would prefer to go to another place.
Oh, so she might stay in the same place.
She may.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So-
God will supply her with whatever she needs to get whatever she wants.
It's results business, isn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, examination season. I got a little cousin who's going GCSE this year as well.
Yeah.
Two of them actually.
I'm proud of her. She's working hard. And the unfortunate thing is that my son never got to experience that. They gave him predicted results.
Oh, COVID.
Because it was during COVID, and he was working hard to get his results, and the predicted ones wasn't as favourable as we would have liked, you know. But he's still done well nonetheless, and got into uni, and everyone's doing their thing.
How's he what have you been speaking to? How's he enjoying university at the moment?
Yeah, he loves it. He took a year out. He went to France to play football. I think I told you guys. And he's in his last year. So one graduation and then another one GCSE.
He's in his last year.
Yeah.
This is just flying by, man.
Trust me, bro.
See, he's gonna be moving out. He's gonna tell you I'm moving out.
Yeah.
Well, he's moved out already now, hasn't he?
No. Still lives out. He still lives with his mum.
Oh, so he didn't go out to university.
He spent 1 year out and then came
back again.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, at least he had that year, because that's the one thing I think I should have done and I didn't do.
Yeah, he had 1 year away, which is good. And
Why?
then another.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, 1 year away. And I think it was really good for him. Experience being away from home, and it wasn't just away from home; it was out of London, which was good. And then he spent 4 months in France. So
yeah, so he's done traveling as well.
Yeah, there is a value in I think young people experiencing life without the proximity of the safety net.
I'm the same mind because I hate university, and I think it would have just made it better. I think most people that have stayed outside the university enjoyed themselves better than the ones that lived at home.
You hate uni?
I hate uni with a passion. I thought it was a waste of my time.
Mad, serious. Which one did you go?
Oh, Westminster.
Okay.
I didn't like uni.
What did you hate about it?
Just more school.
More school.
And people outside was making money, and I'm just there at school. Like, it's just nonsense.
Has your degree helped you with your job though?
Nope.
Yeah, that's.
Well, maybe.
No, but they look at it and think, well, he's got a degree.
I don't know, but it was just
the reason why I'm going to give him the
every
job.
day I went there, I'm just like, what am I doing?
But here's the thing, though.
And that was 3 years.
People were outside making money, but you caught them up and passed them all now, innit?
Not all of them, no.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
No, the ones that knew what they always wanted to do and did their courses and what they wanted to do, and they much more money than me. So
Fair enough.
It's the thing. It's like it's now no longer the only avenue of progression. You can learn in different ways outside of university curriculum and degrees. and you can make loads and loads and loads of money doing different things, innit?
But most people, when you ask them about universities, they're not telling you about, I enjoyed the lessons. They tell you about the experience of them being at university, innit? So that's moving out, doing whatever you're doing, all the students bagging each other, going to parties all night long. This,
Bear
that,
humping, bruv.
Yeah, I didn't do this because I
loved uni.
I was at home.
Which uni did you go, Steph?
Thames Valley.
In South.
Did that still exist at university?
Ealing.
I went Thames Valley for 1 year. I don't know madness there.
Did that still exist?
I don't know.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about the classes.
This is my point.
Education.
You know what? My naivety is what made uni poor. If I was more clued in, then maybe it would have been better. I went there thinking it was going to be like college, and people are going to hold your hand.
No, man.
And it was practical.
No one holds your hand at college.
In my college, my course was a practical course in college. So if you're teaching someone how to use a camera, how to use a video camera, how to edit music, how to edit video, etc., how to do desktop publishing, I can't just give you a camera.
I forgot that you did all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So you know all of this stuff that you think is natural talent. It's actually you was taught about some of this stuff as well.
It's not natural, man.
I did a bit of.
No, it's not natural.
I don't know how to take that. So you do all this hands-on work with people telling you this is how you do this stop this, the aperture, this is how you remember manual slicing, editing of video, you cut the tape here, and this is how you splice it, yada yada yada. Then you go to uni, and I'll continue to do. This was a media course I did in college, 3 years. And then I go to university and I do media.
So the one that type of Nigerian is you. Maybe our parents was ahead of their time to allow you to do that degree.
You go to uni and then they're telling me about the history of media, just sitting down with, and proper history, black and white pictures they're showing me of I'm like, what's this got to do? I'm trying to learn how to use the camera, but I wanted, and no, we didn't do any, there was no practical stuff. And then the side thing was music. And it was just like, go and do your own thing. The project was to make a such and such, and that's it. No tutors, whatever. Yeah, there's studio equipment there. Just go and do your own thing. I didn't know how to use the studio equipment. So then, now what? Yeah, go find someone to help you. I was like, wow. So then I dropped out after a year because for me, it wasn't giving me anything. The practical stuff, I was getting no help.
Drop out.
And the media stuff was not practical. It was just all theory, and it wasn't even theory based on the type of stuff I wanted to do.
A lot of the times, in the 3-year course, you'll get all of that in 1 year, and then the following year you might get exactly what you want, and then in the final year it'll be a mix.
Potentially, yeah. You know? Again, I just wasn't clued up patience. I wasn't clued up on what I was doing. And no, that's it. I was going to continue, but then I failed the first year, rightfully so, because I didn't actually do anything. And then I thought, I'm not redoing the first year of something I hate during the whole summer to come back on in the next year and then do something. Nah, I said,
fair enough.
Live like talk anyway.
Fair enough.
So that was that. I went and got a job, and then I met you.
Everything happened for a reason.
Yeah, so if I had stayed in uni, I probably wouldn't know you.
That's it. Well done.
So there you go.
Thames Valley Uni.
I wonder if our parents would have wished you to finish that degree.
Of course they would have.
I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah, man.
I think they
want you to
now.
go to school, study, and get your degree.
But I think
that's Nigerian parents.
I think I'm learning from my parents. I've got a bit more. They're becoming a bit more new age, where they just want you to be happy.
Yeah, that's now. But not
I'm talking about now. I'm talking about if they could go now and ask him to go back and finish his degree or whatever, would they want him to do that?
Yeah, they would want me to, but I don't think it. I think ultimately, if I'm making money, that's more important than the accreditation.
And that's what it is.
I don't care about my kids going to uni.
Okay. When you say you don't care,
if they want to, then that's their business. If they don't want to, that's also their business.
So if they want to go, are you going to help them financially?
Yeah, I've got money for them already.
Okay.
Same.
Money's sitting there.
Because I know that uni's not the beginning and the end and everything.
Yeah.
I know that if you have got your if you've got a plan, then I'm happy to support you with your plan. But you're not just gonna just go out in the wilderness.
All right, let me ask you a question then, yeah? If your child at the time of uni times says to you, Dad, I'm not going to go uni, but could you please give me the money that you would have given me to go
Sound
to
like one parable from the Bible, but yeah, the money is there. It's going to be they're going to be a certain age. The ISA would have started releasing. This is the child ISA. In fact, my Stavros says is going to be about something to do with pensions. Actually, I can't remember, but so remind me. So this is a good thing. My children have ISAs at the moment, and the money I'm hoping will come there will be. This is for a house.
Yeah.
Unless I'm balling by that point, which I don't think I will. Who knows? But this is for a house, or this is for university. Take it and you go to uni and get a loan, and then use this money for the house. Or you don't want to go to uni. This is the house money. There you go.
Okay.
So the money's there. In answering your question, the money's there. It's going to be your money.
So,
but you can't just. I'm going to travel the world for 2 years and spend the 30-40K that you saved for me. I'd be like, I'd rather you do. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what I'm going to be like then? Because in my head, I thought it's a house money or uni money. That's what I've always just thought. I've discussed it with my missus. I haven't actually thought, well, what if they don't want a house? What if they don't want to go to uni, but they want the money to do something else with? I haven't actually gone that far.
Yeah, that was my question ultimately. Like, if they said to you, oh, yeah, well, I'm going to go by uni prices now. It's $9,000 a semester or whatever it is, or 3 years or whatever. $9,000 a year, $27,000 at the end.
Yeah, it's like that.
I'm going to take that $27,000, Dad, but I'm not going to uni. I want to start a business, or I want to start this. Would you be all right with that? But you've kind of answered.
Yeah. If you're doing something productive with the money, even though, and this is taken into account, I actually think traveling is productive.
Yeah.
But it will burn me just to give you 30K and just to see you just use it all on traveling. It's like,
why?
Because that's not what I saved the money for. I have no issue with you traveling, especially young. I actually would encourage my children, especially if they're not going to university, before you settle down and get a real job, go and travel, see what the world is like, learning some things, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But that money is not just for you to travel and then come back and then have nothing. There's no blanket, no buffer. It's there for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, but ultimately, isn't it for them to do with what they want?
No, I'm not a what you want kind of person.
Yeah.
I'm within reason.
Okay.
So what you want within reason, and so some people might, then it's not what you want. Then I'll say fair enough then, because it's not that you can just do anything. Here's a chunk of money that I've saved for you, and it was with these few things in mind. Are these reasonable for you? And then it's like, no. Okay, so what do you think is reasonable? So let's say I've got 30K. Let's make it 30K.
Okay.
And university fees remain something similar. And with my daughter, it's not actually that long. It's another 9 years, so who knows? It might still be similar. So here's 30K. It's 10 years a year. This is going to pay for uni. If you want to stay at home, you can stay at home, save money. If you want to get a loan to do this, you want to get a blah, 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 blah. Now that I don't want to do uni. Well then, 30K is enough for you to get a house in the stick somewhere where you can actually get some income. And in the long term, this is helping you out for your future. I don't want to do that either, Daddy. It sounds like too much work and yada yada.
Okay.
So what do you want to do with this money? I want to travel. Where do you want to go? I want to go and see the world. I want to go and see Africa. You didn't take me enough, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
I say, all right, and you know what? Cool. This is what I'm thinking off the top of my head. Maybe take a third of that money.
Yeah.
Take 10K and then do what you can do with 10K. And that 20K is going to be used for something else. Yeah. I'm gonna now keep that for something. If you're not gonna get a house, then I'll keep it. But Daddy, I want it. Well, this is what I saved it for. You're not gonna use it, those two things. You're still getting a big chunk, and you still have a blanket for other things.
And that's why I said, so far as you got a plan, so you don't have to go uni, but you have to have a plan, and you've got to be. I think you got to let them understand that planning for your future is important. And the default plan is to go to uni, is to study and then get a job. But if you don't want to do that, then tell us what you want to do.
You want to start your own business?
Yeah, but you're not just going to walk the streets.
But if they say to you they want to start their own business, then is it important for you to understand the business that they want to start?
Yes, so.
To some extent, I've a failed business person myself. So I've failed doing it myself. So it's not like I can be the biggest judge in terms of this is what you have to do. This is the avenue you have to go down.
This one is just you don't sell yourself well with this podcast at all.
No, go on.
Why is that?
I failed my degree. I failed business. I failed everything.
Go on.
But the most successful people are all
failures.
They all overcame their failures, which I believe I'm at that stage in my life.
Kept trying.
Where not with business I didn't, and not with uni I didn't. I went down different avenues and became successful in other things. But a quick answer your question, to some extent, yes. I don't think, because if you tell me I want to set up an OnlyFans thing, or in fact, let me not even be too extreme. I want to, something that I think is going to lose all the money. It would bear me to be like, you know what, I actually spent 20 years saving this money for you. I don't feel comfortable with you putting it into this business venture.
But the thing is, the reason why I'm asking that question in particular is because I'm open to the idea that because of the way the world is turning and the way technology is progressing and all of that other stuff, we're going to get to a point where our children are going to be potentially, they might be at the cutting edge of something. They may be seeing beyond the margin of something that hasn't happened yet.
It's their version of me saying I want to do a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Like, are you stupid?
Yeah, exactly that. And then
5 years later, I'd be like, oh,
yeah,
I was wrong.
Them kind of thing. So it's that same kind of idea. If they came to you with something that was like you didn't understand it, and not only did you not understand it, but it was beyond the margin. So you were in the position where you were like, that's not a good idea, or it's not smart, it's not. You know what I'm saying to you? But also you knew I don't understand it. Are you still going to back them, or is it you're pulling that out?
Some of the things that I say relating to us, our age and the way that we are, I say things like we're uncles, but we're not like our uncles back in the day.
But we are.
I think that we're
the equivalent of our uncles back in the day in this time.
I think we're a little bit more trendy. I think that we're a little bit closer to... I don't know if reality is the word.
Every uncle is that. Every uncle is that.
I'm not sure. I think that we
for
are
their time.
I think that we're a little bit more connected, in my opinion.
I'm in the middle. I would say a little. The example I'll give you is when we mentioned Bad Bunny and you didn't know who he was.
Yeah, but that's one thing. We don't know who an artist is, but in terms of things like not so much predicting the future, but being open to new things. We're not so closed the way that our parents were. Our parents were go to school, read your book. If you wanted to be a sportsman, even that one, you couldn't even forget about trying to be a football player.
Yeah.
Go to school and read your book. Whereas now we're a little bit more open. You, for example, Stav, is like, I'm not going to try to usher them into any kind of thing. You pick yourself. The idea of our parents thinking like that, nah, it was study and get a job.
My parents were actually.
Well, he just told you he did media. He just told he did media as a degree.
Okay, so
that's not really like what our parents would be allowing their children to even gather themselves to do.
So I would say that your parents are few and far between then.
By the time they got to me.
Because most of the time it was more, I want you to be doctor, engineer, I want you to be a banker, I want you to do something related to that is known to be a good job. Whereas now we're a lot more open to the idea that there may be things that we don't know. So you come and tell me about those things and then we'll evaluate it.
Can I posit something?
Go ahead.
I'll be quick. I believe that I'm leaning towards Simple Simon. They're saying that for our times, he kept pressing that issue when you're saying we're different. And I think it's that. I think whatever the middle, the mainstream is, trying to think of it like a stream. And the cool uncles, which let's say we put ourselves in that category, because not everyone was cool uncles. Some people are really old parents, or some people are not cool, or whatever. Yeah, the cool uncles were just on the side of the water. Yeah, the water's getting bigger. So, as in, this is the mainstream is the middle bit. So, let's say back in the day, it would have been banker, lawyer, engineer, doctor, in terms of African style. Yeah, go to school, study, go to university, study, and get those jobs. Right. The people on the side would have been like, for instance, my parents at the time when they came to me, oh, you want to do media? Okay, cool. Yeah, their big thing was to do it well. Yeah, don't waste our time and waste your money or whatever it is. Do it well. If that's what you want to do, cool. That was on the banks. There would have been something else a bit more extreme that they would have been like, I don't know about that. I think that we are still on the banks of the water. The water just got bigger. So the mainstream now is a lot wider than it was back in the day. The water's extended. We are still just on the outskirts. The reason I'm big on this Bad Bunny thing is because we didn't know who he was, or we didn't know any of his songs, and he's still the biggest artist in the world. So we can still be kind of cool. We can still be kind of understand it. Sorry?
Who's we?
Me and Mr. Wolf. Right? I don't know. Am I including you in the equation simple?
I knew who Bad Bunny was, but I didn't know how big he was.
Yeah, I've heard the name. If I don't know your songs, and then I know by proxy you're the biggest artist, but until it's like drummed into me, it's like I didn't really believe it, because how can I never hear your song and you're the biggest artist in the world? Anyways, we're still just on the banks basically, but the streaming is so much bigger, so it looks like we're more encompassing. It looks like we're more approachable because the mainstream is bigger, but we're still on the outskirts. My kids, and when Simple Simon and my daughter get together, they might talk some madness, and I have no idea what they're talking about anymore. No idea. And then all my coolness, and I thought I was hip, and I thought, like, no. Our children that are either side of 10 is like, nah, you know what?
I disagree then.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, I disagree. Because I think that there's a level of openness that we all have.
Yeah.
A level of openness that I have. And then even if you don't know something, I'll use, I don't know, maybe Roblox as an example. It's then down to you, whether you do it or not, is to figure out what that is and how these things can be detrimental to our kids, because there are certain parts of Roblox that can be dangerous. So I just think that although the stream may be big or bigger, I think there's a lot of us of our generation that are very much in that stream. And if we don't know something, we may have a younger nephew or younger cousin that can give us that information and we can source that.
I think the difference between us and our parents or whatever is social media, and that's it. The reason I say that is because we can actually see what's trending and what's not. So something will be trending and we can understand what that thing is that is trending, and that will be more understanding of what the young people are doing. But I also agree with Steph. I think it is relative to the time, because I was in the car with 3 of my nephews the other day, and I was talking like I was just talking about clothes and stuff. And the first thing they all say is, "Uncle, you don't know." So as much as I think I know all of this stuff, I don't know all this stuff. I have an idea. I got an idea of what they might be talking about.
You don't know about what?
We was just talking about clothes, and I was like, "Oh, you lot can wear your fast fashions and this, that, and the other, and you won't get thing." And it's like, "Uncle, you don't know. We still get this and this and that and all that type of stuff. You just maybe you don't see it, but we definitely would get cussed for wearing this, or we definitely be doing." And I'm like, I don't even know what that thing is. Do you know what I mean? So there's times when I think that you think that in your heart that you're seeing yourself as whatever age you are, and you're young enough still to understand these young people's things, which is fair enough. And maybe when we look at the 47, 50-year-olds, 45-year-olds, whatever, even over 40-year-olds of our time, they just seem like they were old people. They're like they'd finished. They were gone. Like no more for them. And I get that. I completely understand.
He tripled down on it, man.
Yeah, but I can completely understand. But I think that there's a lot of these young people that think exactly the same thing about us, and we just don't know that they think the same thing about us.
I know, because my kids tell me.
And so I think it is relevant to our time. And I said we got a bit more of access to see things that maybe our parents didn't, and that's why we can maybe understand, or maybe just have an inkling of a little bit more about what they did. But in essence, I still think we're the same uncles and aunts.
Even down to simple things like emojis. Yeah, you use emojis, and you use emojis in your communications or what have you. And the young people use the same emojis that you do, but they mean something completely different.
Yeah, I get it.
Do you know what I mean? So you might be thinking, I using emojis and I understand it and what have you, but the density of the message or the density of the content that they're able to deliver, or what they understand from these 4 emojis, is going to be very different to what you understand from those 4 emojis.
Was that Netflix?
I agree.
The adolescence thing.
Yeah, sorry to interject.
That hit me, but I didn't know.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm not suggesting that we are on a kind of level playing field when it comes to coolness or the way how it is.
You're saying we're better,
so to speak.
You're saying we're better. And yes, I might be able to agree for the reason that Wahala said, where we have social media, we have access to that social media, we happen to be alive in a time where we are basically the curators of the base content of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, you would switch on YouTube and see 5-year-olds unboxing toys.
Yeah, but then,
but my argument is that I don't disagree with a lot of what everyone's saying, and I hear about social media. I just think it's the age that we're in. We're in the information age. So yes, social media and the World Wide Web is a big part of that. But we're just in the information age where you can get anything that you want in terms of information now, and you can get it quickly. And put your hand down. No.
Because I'm going to forget.
Don't. Okay, go on quickly.
No, go on.
Yeah. I mean, so I'm not suggesting that we're the same using maybe emojis as a reference. No, but I think that we're very much more open. We're very much more receptive to something that maybe our parents or even our older uncles, bear in mind it could be our parents' older brothers or whatever, or older sisters, would have turned their nose up at the thing. So if your daughter comes in 10 years' time and says that she's looking to try X, Y, and Z, maybe our parents would have been like, or not suggesting our parents, but maybe the parents of our generation would have been like, nah, I don't want to hear it. You're going to do this. Whereas nowadays it's more, let me hear what that is, because the likelihood is I don't know about that. Let me hear about it and let's go forward with it.
A big thing, actually. Sorry, Steph, to say what you want to say so you can remember.
It's gone.
Okay, why you remember it? A big thing I would say that may aid Mr. Wolf's actual discussion is probably, and he's probably himself might not believe this, is probably stuff like homosexuality. There are more parents probably on our age and our generation that will be more acceptable or more accepting if their child came home and said they were bisexual or homosexual.
Okay,
definitely.
The information age bit is the bit I was gonna query. You countered it with something that I agreed with about being open and receptive, which I think is separate from the information age thing. Because I would argue that 40, 50, 60 years ago, people of in our generation knew more back then than they do now.
Oh, really?
I don't think we're well versed in worldly information now.
I think we are.
I think a 45-year-old 30 years ago knew more about the world than a 45-year-old now.
When you say knew more, what do you mean?
The world, not just what's going on in about
what's popular.
Yeah, how to bench press such and such, and whose booty looks better on social media.
Yeah, but this is the idea. Like I was having a discussion with someone about, social media. He said, "Oh, because you've got it from social media doesn't mean that it's true." And I was saying that this is like social media. Obviously, you've got to filter a lot of BS. Yeah, and that's not to say that the news that we were listening to wasn't BS then, because it was a lot of propaganda back then. What we have now is information at the tip of our fingers, and it's down to the individual to decipher what makes sense to them and what doesn't. I disagree that the people 50 years ago knew a lot more. I think that we're doing an injustice to our to maybe the generation below us.
I'm not talking about below us.
And our I'm talking about maybe the 30-year-olds, the 35-year-olds, and then us. We know a lot, bro. We know a lot. There's people. I could use maybe some forms of religion, or people know a lot more now than they did back then.
Go on YouTube and put a conversation on like a vox pop. Try and find somebody doing a vox pop 40 years ago, 50 years ago. So this the common man, they go onto the street. What do you think about this whatever situation? And they'll be well versed in the situation, and then talk about it now, and they'll be like, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
I think because you see more of that on the social media, that you think everybody's like that, because there's this idea that people are dumb, that they don't know nothing, and they've been dumbed down by maybe nonsense information on social media, that there isn't a large group of individuals that are quite intelligent.
Of course, yeah, there's always going to be outliers.
Yeah, so
but I believe they're outliers, and I'm not living on what I see on social media. I just feel like that's the case.
Okay,
maybe end of the day, maybe it's social media that's showing me that, but I believe this is the case.
Yeah, I don't know. We can go to different parts of the country, different countries, and there will be some real intelligent minds, and you could maybe go to different parts of different countries 50 years ago and find a whole load of dummies. It depends what kind of society group that you're interacting with.
Yeah, but that's always the case. I'm talking holistically. I'm not talking about in this section is smart people, in this section is dumb people 50 years ago or now.
I don't know.
That's going to be the case everywhere. I'm talking about as a whole. Yes, we will agree to disagree. Anybody else want to?
No, it was my question, isn't it, about if they said the money that you was going to give to them for uni or house.
Need this money.
So if your daughter came to you in 10 years' time and said that she wanted to do a business, she wanted to start a business that you really didn't have much knowledge on, you didn't really know what was going on, what would you do?
I'll do my research, innit?
You'll be open to the idea of listening to what she wants to do.
Yeah. I think I'm more of an open parent than most, I think. Actually.
I think most parents would do the same.
Maybe.
His point here is that our generation of parents would have been like, well, maybe not even our generation, maybe the generation before would have been like, no, stop that nonsense.
This money is for uni and is for uni only.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to uni, then you're not having the money.
I didn't disagree with that. My point was, when I said the stream is bigger, that's actually my point. The stream is bigger, so we are now more accepting of certain things. I agreed with you, we are more open and accepting. But if 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I had a child who was 20 and they said, I'm not going to uni, I'm going to do YouTube, that'd give me 7 to 10 grand to buy equipment, I don't think I would have looked at that child and be like, okay.
I think you would have.
This is if I had the money. If I had saved.
I think you would have.
10 years ago.
Because there was an example right in front of you with Alex.
With YouTube? What's that got to do with YouTube?
Because he was the first person to do something like YouTube, mob video.
That was my failed business.
But there you go. That's what I'm saying.
How dare you just cut me out of the equation?
You guys. So this is what I'm saying, because you're very much, and I think that we all are. I think that people kind of have this idea that I'm a creative and you're not. I think everybody is a creative.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I think some are able to bring out their creation more rapidly and more successful than others. Do you get what I mean? So you had this idea, and if someone may have invested, I don't know how it was just ahead of its time.
You were too early.
Yeah, you get what I mean?
But
so,
that's separate. You've gone away from the point. I'm talking about, I want to make videos and post them on YouTube, and this is how I'm going to make a living, daddy. And I don't think I would have believed that you could do that
10 years ago,
maybe, or whatever. However long ago before it actually was lucrative. I know I didn't have the foresight for this is going to be a booming business where you can become a millionaire just posting videos talking about this game or this car or this car, playing cards, whatever it happens to be. I don't think I would have been future forward.
Do you know the thing about the beauty of that kind of business is that it didn't cost money to do it. It was you didn't need that large investment to go online and start talking about something that you like. And then
in the example I'm giving, though, they asked me for a chunk of change
to go and buy a camera. Cameras are still expensive, regardless. So,
anyways, yeah. So you're saying you're open. I'm saying I'm open, but I don't know if I'm that open. And I think Simple Simon is co-signing me, and I don't know where Wahala comes down on that equation.
I don't know even know what you're talking about anymore.
Just the how open we may be in terms of uncle, and yeah, are we similar to our forefathers, or are we much more advanced in them? I don't think much more advanced.
I don't think they're advanced. I think it's all relative to the time.
Okay, so yeah, you're saying what Simple Simon was saying, and I'm in that side of the fence. All right. Is there anything anybody wants to discuss before I go and look at these old topics that we haven't got around to?
Sorry.
You go, miss. You haven't been.
You ain't been in, bruv.
It's only going to be one of the topics that I posted a long time ago.
Okay, let's do that then.
I can't. It was the hip hop one. I don't know if you can remember. It was she was kind of asking if hip hop is dead, or I can't remember the premise of the question now.
Okay,
but it wasn't something that we needed to discuss at that time.
All right. Well, it's a video. Yeah, I've got a video here that you've posted. Let me see if this is the one. It's a young lady.
Hip hop is not in the top 40. I'm glad that there are no hip hop songs in the top 40 on Billboard, because way too many of y'all have access to it. Y'all have been mistreating, misusing, and abusing hip hop for decades now. It's become a matter of capitalistic gain and not uplifting communities, telling stories, actually sharing faith and understanding in oneself, speaking on resistance, on restructuring, on revolution, using melodies and beats to describe landscapes that only really exist in museums, that only truly exist in one's imagination, right? I'm glad it's not in the top 40 anymore, because way too many of y'all have garnered or gained some sort of access to our safe space, our altar. Take it off a Billboard and put it back into the CD club, the rundown warehouse, the house party, the DJ. Let's go back to the analog days, right? The days where your disconnection from technology means that you tapped into source in a deeper way. Let's go back to that. So no, I'm not mad hip-hop is not in the top 40, because it's bigger than any list can quantify. It's bigger than any spread on a magazine cover can really capture. So I'm okay with hip-hop not being in the top 40, because it's bigger than that.
That's the prefix. This was weeks ago, because I'm pretty certain J. Cole or all these men are in the top 40.
Yeah,
but, but before we talk about the topic, does anyone know what that song is?
Yes.
The song is the title for that song is very high on my list of things that I try and live my life by. It's Everything in Its Right Place by who's that?
It's not Radiohead, or still
Radio. Yeah,
it is Radiohead.
Yeah, Radiohead. Everything in Its Right Place. Very good song. Unfortunately,
you can't play it.
Well, who knows? We might get stricken. You shouldn't put a song like that under what she's talking, because after 20 seconds, I just started singing that song in my head, and then I was jumping in and out of listening to her.
Okay.
Next time, do a song that doesn't have lyrics to it.
I just don't do a song at all.
Okay.
No, sorry. Continue.
But you heard what she said.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your question?
I want us to discuss that, number one, and then the question was, if you could, in hindsight, give hip hop the reset, for it to kind of flip back and for it to kind of start now, the way how maybe Amapiano or, Afro beats kind of came back in and kind of, had this new push, would you do so? Or would you just let it be?
Would it, as in make it big again?
Just kind of give it a reset, man. Just kind of stop it and then just restart it. But
restarting it, is it going to be bigger? Because I'm assuming that's the point, whether it's popular or it's not popular. Just restarting it for what purpose?
To bring back the essence of what hip-hop was from the beginning.
Now, here's the thing now. I don't think the essence of hip-hop has ever gone anywhere.
Okay, so this is what I'm talking about.
And people use hip-hop and rap interchangeably, which I believe she's doing. All right, so hip-hop is the culture. It's the elements of hip-hop. As Keras would put it, you got the rap, you got the DJing, you got the b-boying, you got the graffiti, and you got the knowledge. It's like the five fingers of hip-hop. And then you've got rap, which people use interchangeably with the whole thing of hip-hop. I believe she was talking about rap as opposed to hip-hop, because hip-hop hasn't gone anywhere. It's smaller in terms of, you might not see, you're not walking down the street and see people doing breakdancing like on mats regularly.
Yeah, they're not in the street anymore. They're on Red Bull now, aren't they?
But they'll be doing it somewhere.
Yeah.
And then, where you might have people done things before.
And in the Olympics.
Just for, I even forgot about that. Yeah, it's true. Before you would have had people do things just for fun, just for community. Now it might be a bit more because it's on Red Bull. We're getting paid to do this and whatnot. But they still would have come from somewhere. They still would have practiced for fun. So I have no issue with hip hop being large or small in the big scheme of things. And as she says, if rap disappears from the mainstream and it becomes a bit more underground, or it becomes a bit less easily visible, and that's when I agree with her. I actually got no issue with that. But then I'm a bit of a whore when it comes to rap. I used to be a purist, but then I realized at some point, I can't remember when it was, late on in the height of Puff Daddy's era, where it's like, take that. I actually enjoy the music. Stop being so snobbish and stuck up about it. There's room for different avenues of hip hop. So I still live in that space. We have the avenue where you have the Griselda.
Because before that, sorry to interject, was the LL Cool J. It was the same kind of thing. LL Cool J was very much mainstream. We doing love songs in hip hop. Yeah,
But then he was so early in hip hop. It was a bit like he's early hip hop. He's first generation of hip hop. He's not like even second.
Is he first gen?
I would say so. So him and Ice-T are the two longest running people I think that are still actually like. Well, I don't know if you could have put Ice-T still in hip hop.
No, really.
Is part of his media, but there are known hip hop people from the past that are still active somehow.
It would be LL Cool J then, I guess.
Are you discounting Dr. Dre?
I think Ice-T was before Dr. Dre.
Maybe a little bit, but them pictures of him doing whatever is because he was during them era where people wore that stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you're right.
It just wasn't big.
You're right. But
World Wrecking Crew was.
I'm just saying those two.
Like 80s.
Ice-T especially, boy.
Yeah. So in essence, I hear what she's saying, and I actually I identify what she's saying. I think she should just change hip hop for rap, and the purist part of me for hip hop, I wouldn't actually mind it being slightly bigger. I actually have no issue with hip hop being less
mainstream,
less mainstream. Whereas with hip hop as a culture, it's like I want to bring my children into hip hop, and that it's like they wouldn't necessarily be interested. So that one I would prefer hip hop itself be a bit bigger than rap, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody.
And how about the reset?
Again, I'm happy with where it is. It doesn't need to be reset. It's cool. If you,
I tried to form a question from it, you know what I mean? But I just wanted us to really discuss what she was talking about.
There was a point where I thought, there's no real hip hop, and then I realized it's there.
There is, but you just need to find it.
So that's what it came down to. The real, because I don't know, 20 years ago, the real hip hop was commercial. There was this point where commercial hip hop, back hip hop, lyrical hip hop was all the same thing. It was a beautiful time. It's a
kind of intertwined.
It's gone now, but that was a beautiful time.
Going back to what we literally just speaking about earlier, which I suppose links back in, it's about the information thing. With music, there's actually too much information, and that's the problem.
Way too much.
So when you look at a Spotify or a Tidal or Apple Music, they force whatever they want to force to you at the front, and even then, you try to search for things and you can't even find them, or you don't even know what to search because you don't even know they're out. Which is another thing. Whereas before in the past, we used to go to record shops and see on the board or whatever it was to show you which albums was released this week, which singles were released this week.
There were still gatekeepers though, because for you to have that single, you had to go through an avenue to get there.
I'm not saying that it's not gatekeepers, but you could see them. Like there's certain things I wouldn't know happen. I don't know that this has come out, or I didn't even know this was being released.
You can go to a website, latest releases.
I can, but when I go to them, sometimes they don't show me what's there. And then I find something else somewhere that is. It doesn't always show you what you think you show. It's too much at once.
The same thing you said. The stream's gotten bigger.
There's too much at once, and the too much at once is being pushed above certain other avenues. So the hip hop that you people are talking about, or the rap music that you people are talking about, is, as Steph said, it is there in different avenues, but you just don't necessarily see it. Even me, that's heavily focused on hip hop on my streaming apps, it still doesn't show me the ones that are coming out. I'm still going to new releases and it's still showing me stuff that I wouldn't say would be going with my algorithm. But again, it is where it is. This algorithms now is the gatekeepers of what they think is fashionable or what they think you're supposed to have. So it is still available. It's just again, what she's saying now is, strangely enough, the real hip hop is not being seen. And it's only for people that actually know what's going on, or in the know, or deep into hip hop, that will know that this album is being released or this producer's doing this. They don't even show you credits for things on certain streaming sites anymore. It's not important, but for people that love music and love certain things, they find it. So I don't know. For me, I don't care about what she's saying. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's whether or not it's in the top 40 or it's not in the top 40. It makes no difference. It will make a lot of difference. The problem is that you're saying this now, and then when hip hop's getting dissed, or when the record companies are no longer giving people money or pushing the hip hop, then they'll complain about why is it not being pushed. So which one do you want?
Oh, you had the Def Jam executive saying that he pushed money into a certain type of hip hop, so it depends where the money is going and how it's being spent. There's this idea that the hip hop that we know and love has been pushed by a certain type of individuals and a certain type of company from a certain place, if you know what I mean.
All right, let me ask you the question now, yeah? Who do you think the three biggest...
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Who do you think the three biggest hip-hop artists are now, right now?
At this very moment?
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
Drake.
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole, maybe?
Yeah, I'll say those are the biggest three, yeah? That's what the majority of people will say is the biggest three. You might have people like Travis Scott and all these other people that you can put alongside them in certain avenues, but the big three, those are who they traditionally call the big three. All of them are lyricists in their own way.
Mm.
So lyricism still exists and people will still respect lyricism, and the three top artists in that genre are still lyricists. Yes, there's a load of rubbish. I'm not going to pretend like there's not, because I have to feel...
They're just not underground.
Yeah, they're just not underground anymore.
Is the what you're saying, that there's no underground hip hop no more?
Those particular three are not underground.
Okay.
I would put the top three, I would call them lyrical, but they're not underground. So when Jay-Z became commercial, when Jay-Z released his first album, people were like, yeah, I like this. Then when he released Volume 2, so his second album, this a bit commercial, but then Volume 2, where he actually went commercial, as in he sold 5 million records, then you had a lot of hip-hop fans who did not like Jay-Z anymore just because he's selling, even though he was the most lyrical rapper out there. It's just, now you're selling, you sold out, you're commercial, I don't like it. I believe that people put Drake in that category, definitely. Some people maybe put J. Cole in that category, maybe. The purists. I
don't think anyone puts J. Cole in that category of a sellout.
It's Kendrick. I was going to say that people don't. There's nobody that puts him in.
Nah, J. Cole, I think he's even more. I think more solidified than Kendrick with the sellout thing.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because he keeps his hair. Because he doesn't wear the chain and.
Because he just keeps it straight hip hop. That's the biggest problem that people have with J. Cole. He doesn't know how to make albums. Doesn't know how to make a song. He just bars.
He's made commercial songs. What are you on about?
Not necessarily recently. No, his commercial songs are not even that good commercially.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, well, fair enough. But I'm talking about sales.
That stayed in
because
the top.
Volume 2, other than Annie, Hard Knock Live, there were commercial songs on Volume 2. It was because he sold a lot of records that you're a sellout. So there are some old heads, my age and older, who will say J. Cole, because you're the biggest selling artist, are putting him in the same bracket as Drake.
I don't think they are putting him in the same bracket as Drake. I think Drake's in a different kettle of fish. I think Drake and Kendrick both have singles that you could say are staying on the charts for weeks on end, and I don't think J. Cole has that.
All right.
Simple.
I feel like the question you asked about the reset, when you say the reset, does that involve grassroots? Because I think one of the things that's been impactful now is that in the modern era, grassroots stuff has changed. So before, an artist used to have to come up in their own region, locally.
That's what you mean by grassroots?
Yeah, they would have to come up locally in their own region. They'd have to play a few venues in their own region before their track then got out of the region. Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. So then the momentum is a little bit different. Your city will love you because you're repping the city. Then the next county over will love you because the music is good. Do you get what I mean? Like that whole transitional journey doesn't have to happen now.
No, it does. It still exists. Exactly that same way.
But people just go to YouTube and just release now, or they go to whatever the streaming platform.
Yeah, but for you to get
just release now.
For you to get actual fan bases, it usually starts with your city. Still now.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that distribution method, the removal of the tactile nature of it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. You can release it to everyone, but for you to get that original buzz, it still starts from your city.
Okay. I didn't know whether that was still important or not because of how the reach that you can get now.
No, it still starts at your city because you still got to make money. You still got to make money to be able to go to the studio. You still got to do that, or even get.
That's what I'm saying. Are people still going to the studio now? You can do the shit in your bedroom.
You could do the shit in your bedroom, but still, for you to get it popping, to get it proper, make it sound nice and whatever. It's just because you're not selling it from your trunk doesn't mean you're not selling it to your city. Your sound is your thing, innit? This is our sound. This is Houston's sound.
Yeah.
This is sound. This is so it still starts with your city. Like it just so happens that the biggest city at the moment is Atlanta, and everyone sounds like Atlanta. Atlanta's the sound, but it still started with their city.
Okay,
is Atlanta the sound right now?
I would say still Atlanta's the sound, man. That's still there. Atlanta's still the sound.
Right? Who would you? Who would you notably call out as being that Atlanta sound?
Ghana. Ghana's massive at the moment. Still young fuck, even though he's just been to prison, he's still massive at the moment. What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Fuck. Gonna play a video in a sec.
Go on.
You still got people like Offset still doing what he's doing. There's bare people. Most of the biggest rappers still from Atlanta, bro. Okay. Future, all of these bands, they're all there.
Would you say that now and compared to the 2000s, early 2000s, the 90s, that the number of quality hip hop is diminished? Because
I don't know.
Because we could talk about maybe the commercial Jay-Z's and whoever, but then you would have maybe Black Moon, Mobb Deep.
They still exist, bro.
Naughty by Nature. Yeah, but everybody knew these guys.
Not everybody knew Black Moon.
And go to the club, everybody knew them.
Whoever Black Moon is now, I don't know who they are. Because I'm old. Going back to previous.
Is
topics.
it because you're old, or because I think that I don't think that you need to be a certain age to like music, or to like good hip hop, or to like good Afro beats, or to like good to like something that is good.
Yeah, but
do you have to be of age?
Yes, because you would to find all of these type of stuff, you'd either be listening to the radio or you'll be in the clubs, and people of our age tend not to do the second one. So you might not.
But do these. Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I think back in the day, it was for us, you need to be in a club to hear the new tracks. I don't think that's the case now.
No, but
I'd agree with Mr. You got social. You got the internet.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you don't have the internet, but I'm saying you're saying to be young, and I'm saying that okay, whatever. Use the internet. Change the clubs to the internet. Then we're not on these people's algorithms. We're not following these people's trends. These young people have their own things that we don't have, and that's what we were trying to tell you before. That we're tapped in. We're not tapped in.
There's probably a website out there right this very now that was the same as a Dat Piff or our version of the Source magazine.
We're not tapped in.
There's a Source magazine, either social media account or website.
I know what that is.
What is it?
You all know what it is. It's what's this thing?
If I know what it is, then it's not the word.
What's this social media website that everything pops off on there?
Yeah, I'm talking about music.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I don't think that there is a predominantly music
Shade Bar
only
thing.
About. Nah, the American one. There's American
Shade
one.
Rooms.
It's not the Shade Room.
Media Takeout?
No.
I can't even. But these kind of things, basically.
Not TMZ.
TMZ.
No. TMZ is salacious, there for gossip. That's not there to break new music. I'm talking about music. I'm talking back in the day. I bought the Source every week.
Yeah.
Then when the XXL come out, I think I've got the first one. I buy XXL. I used to buy it. You get your new artists in it. They'd break the new artists in that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you said, this is before the internet, innit? So how are you going to find out the new artists? And so when my brother was talking about and I said the gatekeepers, and he's like, it's changed. I don't think it actually has changed.
I didn't say it's changed.
Okay. Gatekeeping is still there, and then doing it independently is still there as well. There are people that are selling their stuff, instead of sending it out the trunk of their car, they're selling it on SoundCloud or what's the one where Bandcamp. There are artists that are making money on Bandcamp, and you don't know who they are, but they're making enough money to get by, and they're earning a couple of grand every week, and then they'll do a show every 6 months or whatever it is to an audience of a couple of thousand and make their piece that way. That's still there. Let me not say aged out then, because if that's too easy for you, I am not in that world anymore, and I'm saying it If I was 20, or if I were 20, sorry, I would be in that world. So maybe I haven't aged out.
You need to get your nephews and maybe my cousins and these people on the pod, man. Let's have a chat.
If they're big into hip hop, are they?
I don't know.
I don't know hip hop heads these days, but I don't personally know a young hip hop head.
Okay.
When I was in, talk about uni. The little tiny community I did have was the people that had the baggy jeans and the backward turned hat, and I had a tiny little community of hip hop heads. There were 3 of us, and we were into our hip hop, and so that's what we would converse and talk about, and yada 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 yada.
You can't even identify people with their clothes anymore, man. Like I saw some boy that was dressed like he was a 90s hip hop fan, but I bet if I spoke to him, he probably don't know anything about hip hop. That's literally part of the difference. Is you could identify a tribe by looking at how they're dressed.
There's a social media. This is what I'm saying. There's a social media site or a website or what's it Reddit page where people are going and conversing and talking and dealing with. So there's a Reddit page now for brand new hip hop. Definitely, bet my life on it. Simple things. And there are people there talking about the new artist who's hot. Blah blah blah. I'm not in that group anymore. I'm not interested.
That's fair. I want to play a video.
You've played so many videos in this podcast, boy.
Yeah. This one is L.A. Reid talking about with, I think it's, forgetting the guy from Boys to Men. It's one of those Boys to Men brothers anyway. But L.A. Reid is late 80s, 90s, early 2000s music producer with Babyface. He had a record company called LaFace Records that was connected to Aristar, and they had a massive impact on the music industry.
I used to run Def Jam as well.
So he's a big, a major player. I'm going to play a video that it really interests me, and it's kind of connected to what we're talking about.
Music, the era that you came into music happened to be one of the greatest eras of music. It was,
I agree.
It was the most prolific, most productive,
most lucrative.
It was just that wasn't normal. It's like a child being born rich. He's just born. He don't know he's rich. You're born in an era of musical abundance. So you were musically rich. But you didn't know you were musically rich. You were born into it.
Let's think about this 1 sec, and then I'm going to ask the last question. This is what came out, right? This is what was happening.
Yes.
Boys to Men, Jodeci, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Outkast, Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z, Sade,
Mary J. Blige. TLC. Bill Biv DeVoe.
Biggie, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. God damn. This all came out within a span of 10
But you got to go to the
years.
other genres. You had like Green Day and Red Hot
you have
Chili
Green
Peppers.
Day,
And
Metallica.
That's right.
Freaking
Nirvana.
This man is making me cry,
Jam,
man.
Soundgarden.
Absolutely
Guns
right.
N' Roses.
Guns N'
This is all the same time period.
This is all
in that
the
5 years.
same. Motley
In that
Crue.
5 years.
This is all the same time period.
And now people wonder why we can't leave that era.
Right. And that's why, guys.
It rained down on us, man, and we were so spoiled that we thought it should be this way for the rest of our lives.
That's a good perspective.
That is an amazing perspective
Yeah.
because I never looked at
Me
it.
neither.
that.
That's why we had you today. We needed your perspective.
That's how I see it.
You do know that there's people that will tell you that the era before that was better than this era.
Most likely.
Stevie
But,
Wonder, Michael Jackson, this is
Prince.
So everyone's got that one. So,
but do they?
Yeah.
So
I think they do. And I think everyone's aged themselves out again.
Yeah. So the question that I have: are they just being uncles?
Yeah. Yes.
Number one, and then secondly,
you're shaking your head because you are that uncle.
Hold on. And then secondly, as you say that all generations are going to say that, in the next 15 years, will people say that this generation of music was the best? Do you think that they are going to say that?
Somebody will.
So here's the thing.
I'm talking about maybe a large demographic, maybe one or two.
So here's the thing, right? And it's I don't know if it's just music alone. I think this is the effect of history, but because we're talking about music, I'm going to try and keep it to music. Yeah. The thing about progress as well is that the way we progress is by taking a view of what's happened already, interpreting what's happened already, and then spitting out our version of what we think should have happened, if that makes sense. Yeah? So what L.A. Reid was talking about there with that era of so many people that came out and so many, artists that were like top tier, all of those artists would have looked back at the generation before.
Bear in mind that he was older than these
of
guys,
course.
so he would have known the previous generation and been very much a part of it.
He is also somebody who could have had that same conversation with a different demographic of people on the panel and had the conversation about their influence and that era from a different era, from the era before. Like Wahala said, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Prince.
The Motown era would have been...
The Motown era would have also been that. And then you'll even find that the people in the Motown era may have still have a few people in the era before them that they would have hooked back to, because that's how kind of like music has worked and progressed. Like the music that... There are very few genres, if any, that have come out that haven't lent anything from the previous generation and have gone on to be main genres themselves. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So the point here is, it is, again, a matter of the time. It is, you are within your period.
Sorry, can I just interject quickly? Because another point of, again, going back to the original thing about us being uncles.
Yeah.
Do you know there's the whole trends about how people are listening to music from our era and saying it's trash? Jay-Z's not that good. This person's not that good.
Yeah.
I've listened to this music. Is this what you lot was listening to that we were saying is so great? There was discussions about Lil Wayne just recently where one of the rappers said that Lil Wayne had no substance. Even though Wayne said that himself, and that caused another thing between the young people and the old people. It happens all the time, and it's it's circular. It will continue to happen. People from our era are going to always say that our era is the best. 96 to 97 alone, I think is one of the best years of hip hop, or 2 years of hip hop, or even just music of all time.
Just music. 93
to 97, let's say, yeah? Right?
They call it the golden era of music for a reason.
Yeah. But again, there's other people that's like, what's that hippie hop that you people listen to is trash? That older generation would have said, that's like, they ain't nothing like the Supremes, or they ain't nothing like no James Brown, they ain't nothing like no this, that, the other. In fact, you took all of our music and made this music. So clearly our music is better because you had to use our music to make that music in the first place.
Which is partly the point I was making.
So again, everyone's gonna have this thing, and the only thing I'll say now is that the music I think music in this particular generation. In fact, I shouldn't say that because I don't know this generation. But I don't think music is as important on their list of things of importance.
Now, some people, music is always gonna be music.
Yeah, but I asked my own like nephews and whatever. I said, "What's your favorite song?" And they're like, "I don't really have one." Like that's like I asked people, "What's number one on the charts?" I don't know. Like we used to live by music. It used to be like our religion.
I think that's part of the thing, though.
And
isn't
I don't think it's as much with as young people as much as it was with us. But you still got people that are obsessed with people like what's this woman that made like people like Kehlani. People like Georgia Smith, all of these like R&B singers and all this stuff that people are completely obsessed with. Yeah, but all of these people that we probably don't know, and they're obsessed with their music, and their music gets them through their day the same way that some other music gets us through our day. And they might say, you know what, Yeba's music is better than, I don't know, Mariah Carey's, or all of these type of stuff that we just don't know about. So again, I wouldn't ask you again. I like looking as uncles and they're saying, "Yeah, our one is the best."
I'd love there to be some kind of a survey on on different generations. Listen, I've heard from people. I mean, the type of workplace that I'm in is that you get elders, you get people that are older, that have been through the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and then the current generation, and they're very much still involved in entertainment, music, and all these kind of things. And I've heard this from a few of them, that they say the 90s and the early 2000s, not disregarding the 80s, and they're talking about the Teddy Pendergrasses and all these guys, and they're saying, not disregarding that, but that period there was mad.
And how old are they?
People older than us.
Older than us, bro.
I ain't never heard no.
And how old are they?
Talk about.
I'm talking. They're 55, 60.
55 or 60 is our brother's age, so they're still our era.
Yeah, this one doesn't. It's not recognizing his age. He's talking about people older.
That's not our. So, okay, so
that's the era.
Is 30? Is people 30 years old our era? They're not. So someone who is 55, 10 years your senior, 60 is not your era, bro.
It is,
what are you talking about?
the same Biggie Smalls I was listening to, my brother that was 11 years older than me was listening to the same Biggie Smalls.
I'm asking you, is a 30-year-old in your era?
My nephew and me can have... Okay, I'm going to go with my nephew. So 30 something plus, yeah?
We've been speaking about people who are 30
Which
years old.
nephew are you talking about?
Who were,
the older one.
And they're not in our era.
Huh? He's 35.
That's a 5-year difference.
That's 8 years between me and him, though.
Carry on.
And he knows my music the same way I know part of his. But I don't know all of his. But he knows most of mine. That's the thing. He knows mine. I don't know his.
Even though the big artist,
someone who's 15 years my senior,
Black Moon or BCC is going to be like, what are you talking about?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone 15 years my senior is not in my era, bruv. Someone 15 years in my junior is not in my era. We're in two completely different eras.
So 65 we're talking about then?
Yeah.
Not 55.
55, 60. 60 plus.
55-year-olds, I'm telling you, my brother would have been around 55 now, yeah? 55. And we was listening to the same music.
Okay.
Because we all had to listen to the same music, because all you got was what they played on the radio anyway, and then what CDs you can buy. It's not like we had a big range of music we could go go and find.
Okay, you know, it doesn't matter. You're saying people...
That's your brother. That's not everybody, though.
Majority of the people his age and my age was listening to the same hip-hop.
Okay.
Yeah, I would argue, for the point you're trying to make, there are other avenues where I would co-sign your point, but the point you're trying to make is somebody in their mid-50s to their mid-60s is saying that our let's say the golden era of music was better than the decades or whatever before, and I would say
who were very much so. Sorry, go ahead.
The point my brother's making is that, all right, his older brother was 11 years older than him. So you would, according to you, then he's in a different time bracket for
what
music.
I'm saying is that your brother would have known certain types of music that you would not have known.
Can you confirm that or not? That he's in a different musical bracket than musical bracket than my brother. The older one is different than my older brother was in a different time musical bracket than my younger brother. You're saying yes or no? 11-year difference.
I would say yes, and the reason why he listened to the same music is because of the influence of your older brother. You listened to the music because of him. If your brother wasn't there, you probably wouldn't be listening to that type of music or to that age of music. Well, so you listen to that music because of the older brother.
That point can make sense until you have the older sibling here that will listen to the same music and didn't have that older person that was playing that music to him, and anybody else that he was playing to school with that's listening to the same music. So I hear what you're saying. You could isolate him and say yeah.
No, you can still use the same example for this person.
What do you mean?
Because his dad would have been almost not that much.
My point is, when you went to school and you were talking about music, nobody knew what you were talking about.
Everyone knew what I was talking about.
So then his point is not valid.
And we all listen to the same music. And this is what I'm trying to say, that we did not have the vast amount of music that we have now. This is why my point I was making at the beginning. There was not thousands of artists that you could go and find music for. You had this strict allocated amount of music, especially for the genres that we was listening to. And that's what we listened to, regardless of age. My brother wasn't listening. He's 11 years older than me. He wasn't necessarily going to go and buy Motown records because that was his parents' generation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whereas,
how old is this guy?
L.A. Reid.
Yeah, because he's in essence saying that kind of thing, isn't he? And his music, and he was in a band. He was doing things in the 80s. Do you get what I'm saying?
And was a young exec,
and he would have listened.
L.A. Reid is 69,
and he would have listened to the music that his parents would have listened to. So he would have heard what his parents were listening to, maybe what his older brother would have been listening to, and he came in and threw into the prominent music executive in the late 80s, 90s, and
touching on that, let me ask you a question.
So he's 70, and that's the view that he had.
Let me ask you a question on this, where I don't want to use him as an example. I think he's the worst person to use as an example.
Because you're comparing him to more or less like your mum. You ask your mum that question, she's going to say, hip hop era of the golden era of the mid 90s.
That's not well, I was going to say that, but
I'm saying that because once now he's 70. So now, and just like he's saying, this man was a young exec. When you work in that field, you realize whatever field you work in, you realize you're young in that field when you're dealing with people that are young. And he was dealing with Crisscross and Youngsters and stuff like that. You have to be young when you're doing that kind of music.
The problem I'm even having is the fact he was part of the field. So he's mentioning the part where he was the most influential himself. So that's going to have the most influential thing on him. I'm going to say this is my era because this is where I was the most influential. This is when I was at my peak. This is when I was doing all my business. This is when I was signing all these artists, producing all these artists, and we was doing a madness. We were a bit. Do you think Quincy Jones is going to say the same thing that L.A. Reid said?
I don't know.
I don't think he would.
And Quincy Jones and him were not that big a difference. How old was Quincy Jones when he passed?
He must have been in his late 80s, man.
Quincy Jones a lot older than him.
I don't think Quincy Jones is going to say the era that was the best era is the 90s and this, that. But he's going to say his own era where he was the most impactful. When Thriller was out, when this was out.
I want to put a point on this so we don't go too far because we're going around in circles. Mr. Wolf believes that people 70 and below, or in mid-60s up to mid-40s.
He was 91 when he died.
Okay, so
That's
it's
old,
different
man.
genre. But my point is now I'm putting my parents in a different bracket than me. I'm not putting my older brother in a different bracket than me, which is kind of like what you're doing. And so for the sake of your argument, we're going to stop arguing. I disagree with your argument in terms of 15 years is a difference. I'm saying it's 30, 40 years is the difference. But continue making an argument because you stopped making your point from there. Basically, we started disagreeing with your point.
I can't remember.
You were talking about how the people older, 15 years, 20 years older than you were saying that the golden era of music wasn't better than the era than the music before. Wahala's point was that they're living the same era as me, and I'm agreeing with Wahala.
Okay. But I mean, the people that I spoke to were very much in tune with maybe music that I didn't have knowledge in, and I mean, I would know who these artists are, but I wouldn't say that I would have listened to their albums and studied their music and know who their producers were and who their writers were and things like that. And this individual would tell you about, the late 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, early 2000s and up to now. And that is a big scope of music, the inception of hip hop, and he had a lot more knowledge than I had. Is
this to make the point that because those people of that era think that the golden era of music, I'm saying the golden era, do your research for when that is, the golden era of music is the best era, that you're co-signing that and you're saying, and these people are saying they're confirming it for me?
Sorry, run that question again?
Somebody made the point that we all live in our era, and our era was the greatest era of music. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a nostalgia thing, kind of thing. And you're saying, well, people that lived in the previous era have also said that our era of music was the best. So because they've said that, I think that this era of music is the best, the golden era of music. Is that basically what you're trying to say?
Kind of, but I'm not going to heavily argue the point that maybe the eras before that were better. If people think that era was better, then that's fair enough. But I have heard a number of times from a number of people from different ages, even youngsters in the place that I work at, because maybe they're influenced by their parents. But they would say, I will play some old school hip hop and old school R&B on my speaker at work, and then they'll be singing to the song, and I'm this, young girl that's 21 years old. She's singing to. I'm like, what do you know about these tunes? He said, yeah, this era was the best era.
Yeah, well, I will die on the hill that the golden era of music is better than this music. I'm not.
Yeah, but what to you is the golden era?
The golden era is like late 90s, early 2000s.
Why is it called the golden era?
Or mid era? Because at the time people said this music. Basically, what that dude said on the clip you just played.
Yeah, but this music
was so good. It's like some people actually understood we're living in a golden era of music, and they called it the golden era. And I don't think it was even after. I think it was during the era. It was called the golden era. You had Tupac releasing stuff. You had Nas.
But this is what I'm saying.
It wasn't even just genre specific. Country was rocking it.
He said
rock was rocking it. It was just like on all fronts. You switched on the radio, or you went and bought something, and it was just like
the golden era of music is subjective, but often identified as the 1960s through to the 1990s.
Well,
that's a long bloody era.
Well, that's not the one I know of. Maybe I'm talking about a hip hop band.
Yeah, maybe.
Because some people they say, look, the 1960s to the 70s often held as producing timeless, fundamental hits from the artists like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and Jimi Hendrix. Then it says the 70s and the 80s was rock and pop perfection. Then you got the 86 to 96 was hip hop. And then it says from 1985 to 1828 was classical. Do you know what I mean? So everyone's saying they're different eras of
right. End of the day, I am of the mind, and I think Simple Simon was arguing this point, and then I think Wahala is there. So I think you are the outlier, Mr. Wolf. Tell me if I'm wrong. That the era that we grew up in, the era that where we become men and women, conscious
we become
beings,
heroes.
The streets. When we believe now we're coming into our own people, that era for everybody is the best era for them. They get to a certain age when they're 40 and they will never be able to replicate the music style for them. It's never going to be as good as it was when they were 20, when they were 30, or when they were 15. Everybody. So whatever age it is for that person, that's what it is. That's what I believe. I'll talk to my mum, I'll talk to my aunt, I'll talk to the random 80-year-old person on the street, and they're going to tell me when was music best, and they're going to tell me whatever year it was, and when I do the mathematics, it's going to be around when they were 20 for everybody.
Maybe not. I don't think I'm not too sure.
And when I say around, I mean like give or take 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah,
a generation.
If that's what, the 20 years.
Okay.
That for them, between 10 and 30 is the best era of music of all time. Not in they won't say in my life. They'll say that was the best era. It's all went downhill after that. Everybody's gonna say the same thing. And who are we to push it? Music is subjective end of the day, anyways. So it is what it is.
Say no more.
Say no go. All right. On that note, let us end this podcast.
Can I just ask one question? And I want to ask you, and I don't want it to be a long thing. I just want to ask a question. So Conor Benn,
I don't want it to be a long.
Yeah, because it don't have to be long. So Conor Benn, who's Nigel Benn's son, has just left Matchroom. Is it Matchroom that he was with? Matchroom Boxing to go to is it Safar?
I don't know.
It's called
Dana White's thing, isn't it?
Dana White and the Turk, I believe. Turk
Al Sheikh.
Yeah. Promotion. They got a boxing promotion that they started up. And he's left them for £15 million to go box with them. Right, and what's his name? Eddie Hearn's come out and he's been a bit hurt. So just to give you a bit of background on knowledge.
Zufar Boxing, right? I mean, they can hear us clearly. I just opened up Google's the first thing.
All right. So the let me just give you a bit of background about Conor Benn. Conor Benn came in. Matchroom's been looking after him all his career. He got banned for a substance which put him out of boxing for months and months on end. He's come back. They've given him fights with obviously Chris Eubank Jr. They've given him probably the biggest fights he's gonna have in his career. He's now gone over to this saying that he wants bigger fights and he thinks he's gonna get bigger fights in this promotion that has just started. Brand new promotion, by the way.
It's a 1-fight deal, though.
Is it one fight? He's not going over for all this thing?
I think it's let's see how it goes.
Are we sure?
Yeah, I'm almost certain.
Okay. Anyways, but he's come out and like Eddie Hearn's come out and like I'm a bit hurt that he's left us to go to do this thing with these people because he wrote a big statement about leaving Matchroom, so it's like he's left them. But I don't know. But I was saying, do you think that he should have showed loyalty to Matchroom that's been with him all this time, and went through all of the trials and tribulations that was with him when he was at his weakest point, or do you think that he should have jumped on this new opportunity and taken this new road?
Yeah, it is a 1-fight deal.
Interesting.
1-fight deal. Yeah.
So what do you think?
Sorry, the question is,
do you think he should have gone, or do you think he should have stayed loyal to his boy? Because they're saying that boxing is for scumbags. That's what they're saying now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you go where the money is, innit? And unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at things, people are swayed by the cash monies, by the dollars, by the amount of money that can be presented to you. And I think they offered him money that he couldn't refuse. And I think that it was maybe done in a way that that Eddie Hearn obviously got caught up in his feelings. And I never thought it was going to be such big news. I knew it was happening, and I kind of saw the news when it happened. Eddie Hearn has really kind of made it into a bigger thing than what he should have, in my opinion. And I think that you do what is best for you. And I think he's thinking about his financial future. And he was never ever going to make this amount of money.
Maybe. Do you want me to read what Eddie Hearn actually said?
Yeah, go on.
His feelings.
Eddie Hearn said it was like a dagger in the heart for him to leave. Conor Benn was leaving Conor Benn was leaving Matchroom Boxing to join Dana White's Safar Boxing Company. The 29-year-old had been at Matchroom since turning professional and beat up long-time rival Chris Eubank Jr. in a blockbuster rematch in Tottenham. Blah blah blah. Hearn, who learned of Benn's decision via email from the Britain's lawyer, said he made a mistake in trusting Ben. I got an email from Conor's lawyer, and that was the first dagger in the heart. Hearn told Five Live Boxing. I blame myself a little bit in the sense that I didn't push him to sign a new contract. Yeah, I did. I literally died on the hill for him. Hearn said after reading the email, he messaged Ben to say that the pair should speak on the phone, but Ben refused. I reached out to Conor and he said, no disrespect to your lawyer, but I think me and you should sit down because of everything we've been through, and I think I deserve that. Conor said, oh no, you're being very emotional. We'll let it calm down first. And that was even a bigger blow. By this point, you already know you've lost the relationship and the fight already. They said they would like to be a part of the team moving forward, or they would like me to be part of the team moving forward. I'm not sure in what capacity that would be. And he said he had some kind words for Ben's manager.
Yeah, it's like I hadn't read that.
Also, very choice of words for Ben's manager. So.
Yeah, I hadn't read that. And as I said, I thought he was being a bit emotional. Like the best, I said it, and I even said it with Sister Eni Aluko when I was having certain conversations. Like the loudest noise you can make is silence sometimes. Sometimes just leave things alone. And okay, he's gone. If you never brought out this statement, if you kind of like just left it and then gone about your business, people would have known, wow, Eddie Hearn's pissed, but he's just taking it like a man, innit? That's it. Like, what are you going to do? You just leave it be now, bro. Just let it let it go. He's bitching a bit, man. Big man thing.
His name's on the headlines, isn't it? So that's
who's that?
Hearn or whoever you're talking about. So his name's in the headline. So you've got to also look at the business side of it.
Yeah, I guess if that's his strategy, then fair enough.
Look at the next prospective boxer. Yeah, somebody who's gonna look up and say, well, you know, this guy has a management team. He actually genuinely cares about his fighters. Yes, look at he stayed with the guy when he was under the drugs thing. Look, I don't
think that's his strategy.
It secures the pipeline potentially. So your brand, his brand now is been put forward as being sincere, hasn't it?
I don't know. I don't think it makes a difference, but I do.
I lost money, bro. That's what he's thinking about. When I was there, you know, you couldn't box because of whatever nonsense you've done, and I sit there waiting for you. You didn't drop you, and then now suddenly you got the opportunity to drop me. That's what he's pissed about. Let's be real, and I can understand that. I was loyal to you when you was at your worst. We're not even at our worst here. You're just jumping ship to go to some random promotion, and you have to remember this is a UFC thing against boxing, and there's already a thing about that. You've gone over to the other side. You're going to that man there, that man that is on UFC side.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know, man. A lot of people are coming out saying, nah, man.
If you do not bring back my money tomorrow, I will roast you like a goat. I mean it.
But unless you want to enjoy the money alone.
Dada, why? Why, Dada, why?
This is business.
This is my swag.
I know, but
if you do not bring back...
Why'd you cut it off at the end there, bro?
But unless you want to enjoy the money alone.
Dada, why? Why, Dada, why?
This is business.
This is my swag.
I know, but I did business.
You're so prominent, man.
I do love that, bro.
And it's true. At the end of the day, he went where the money is. And yes, there's no loyalty in football. There's no loyalty in sports. And in life, a lot of the time, there's no loyalty. Like, those two are business partners. They're not friends. You know, so at the end of the day, he's his promoter. It's not even his manager. It's like, you know, just... It's unfortunate, but I'm sure it's not the first time he got stabbed. And it's probably not going to be the last time.
You're probably going to hear that Hearn supports reform now. And then he's going to...
I'm pretty certain Eddie Hearn's probably linked in this whole thing anyway. He just don't know it yet.
They got money in certain places, man, that nobody will ever know. You know, but you know, the sheikh is right in the middle of it. You know, he's there stirring the pot. He doesn't really care because he's the one that's kind of dishing out the contracts and making money and.
Yeah, no one said a bad word against him.
No one said a bad word.
Well, Eddie Hearn did, and then Eddie Hearn now is took it over to the other leaf, and he's also saying good words about him. So it is what it is. Anyway, that was good.
Yeah, man. Interesting developments.
We're doing business.
Church notes and goodbyes. Let's start off with our long lost brother, the prodigal son, the returning father, Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, you can catch me on Instagram on AK_Wolf and Twitter on AK_Wolf. What I do? I've been away, man. I ain't really had time to watch anything or do much. Just spent a lot of time with family, and I'll tell everybody to do likewise. You got loved ones out there, make sure that you deliver their flowers whilst they're still here. Really important. And not just your parents, your friends' parents, your aunties, your uncles, and your friends. You know, speak to your brethren, and if you got a little beef between you and your brethren, you know, we as men, we can just squash that quickly and just keep it moving. You know, so I'll do that. And one thing I did watch actually was His and Hers on Netflix. Any of you man watch that?
It's in my list.
I watched it.
Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. Not great, but it was a good watch nonetheless. So I would recommend that you go and watch that. No doubt about it.
Is that the one with the Punisher?
Yeah, the guy from the Punisher, and then my girl from
Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, Tessa Thompson. So I just remember as Valkyrie, but yeah, she was good in it. Man.
Marvel all over the place.
Yeah, man. And well, that's it.
Big Wahala.
Big Wahala Insta, Big Wahala on Twitter. I watched Crime 101 this week, which is alright to us. Another Marvel thing. It's got bare Marvel people in that as well. But yeah, it's not good. It's not a bad film. If you get a chance, check it out. If you get a chance, you know. I also watched Hamnet.
I was gonna ask you if you watched it yet.
Yeah, I watched Hamnet.
What do you think?
It's good. Who's that? To win all the Oscars, I don't know, but it's a good film.
Yeah,
it's a good
film. Is that the table tennis thing?
No, that's Mighty Supreme.
I need to watch that.
That's good. But yeah, I watched Hamlet this week as well. So yeah.
Did you cry
in Hamlet?
Yeah.
No.
That's what everybody's talking about doing.
He's not you, bruv.
Who said anything to do with me?
Because you cry.
But anyway, but no, I did not.
Did you cry?
I understand why people cried.
I got emotional at the end. The last, but people were talking about they cry through the whole film. I'm like,
why?
I know there's obviously one scene that in the middle that is emotional, but when people were talking about they were crying from beginning to end, I didn't understand.
I wouldn't let my wife watch it, but I was just tired.
Yeah,
so maybe that was why I didn't feel the same raw emotion that most people.
No, towards the end, because of it built up to a nice crescendo at the end. So I'll say it's a good film with a great ending, and the great ending was emotional. So
yeah, man. Yeah, I'm alright with that. It was alright. Anyway, I'm done.
Simple Simon.
Yo, what did I watch this week? I watched It Was Just an Accident, a film that you've been recommending.
What's the film called?
That's not the one he's been recommended as much for you to watch though.
Oh, okay. It was just an accident.
It was just an accident.
It was.
Yeah. That's no the one you've been recommended is that whatever that sentimental value.
No, I said that for me that film is fantastic. I said for everybody, it was just an accident. It should be watched.
Okay.
Man, putting words in my mouth. Man.
No, because you was both promoting sentimental value. Am I saying nonsense here?
No, he was talking about sentimental value, but he did say to me specifically that it was just an accident I should watch.
If I die before my brother, don't let him speak for. Just ignore everything he says on my behalf.
Okay, so I'm not. Anyway, I know I'm not wrong. So anyway, it's fine. I'm not saying that you didn't say about it was an accident, but I know the original one you was promoting was sentimental value. You told us all to watch it. You said that we should all watch it. Then you came back later on and said that it was an accident. You should watch. After I already came back from sentimental value saying that I don't think it's that great, but then you said to Simple Simon that you should watch it just to make sure just to see whether he.
No. Once you said that, straight away I said, you know what? I actually realized that this film is for me. I said it hits a lot of spots for me. I said, remember, I even said for us, and you're like, how is it applicable to us? I said it hits a lot of spots that I feel are applicable for us, but seeing as you didn't feel it that much, I get it. And then when I looked at it holistically, I said this is for film buffs, like proper whatever. And I'm not putting everybody in that category. It was just an accident. Even though, yes, it's still kind of like there, I think the film is good enough to hold its own, even for a casual film watcher.
Short film as well.
Which one?
It was just an accident, an hour and 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, I can't imagine that's short nowadays.
It didn't feel short though when I watched it.
Yeah, it didn't feel short.
It didn't feel short.
But yeah.
Is it because
it's sign language, subtitles.
It's sign language.
Yeah, subtitled.
And what was the other one?
Sentimental value. So, for instance, I would say I don't think Mr. Wolf will enjoy that film.
What, sentimental value?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it's an arty film.
You know he's gonna get offended now.
You can get offended, man. What you want? You're gonna go watch the film and come back and be like, I didn't like the film. I'll be like, I told you wouldn't like the film.
Why? Because I said that your TV program was good and not great.
Which one? I don't know.
Andor.
No, not Andor. The other one.
It would be Andor. Andor's the program that.
Oh, what's his name? The one with Holla Willoughby or whatever her name is.
Oh, Fleabag.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Is any of you man watch Fleabag?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
What do you think?
Fleabag was amazing.
Okay. Watch it.
But yeah, sorry. Anyway, I've took you off course. You said you watched it was an accident.
Yeah, so I watched it as an accident. That was alright. I watched Marty Supreme as well.
Overhyped or on point in terms of the Oscar buzz it's getting?
For the Oscar buzz, I don't know what people look for. I don't know what this is what I've learned. I don't know what the Oscars looks for in the film.
For me, it's best actor because Marty Supreme, I hate him. I actually wanted to. You either C-word this guy, this whole guy.
Yeah.
But yeah. And I think you play that character well enough to me to have an emotion about him.
I didn't hate him at all.
Man, I was like, you're a bastard.
What about
you're
you?
actually a bastardo.
Yeah. I just thought this was a nice propaganda movie for a certain set of people in the world. They even rewrote history about the pyramids and all them kind of stuff there. Like, it was only one line, but it was just like the audacity.
No, because that's people think what they're thinking. So coming at it from that angle, that's what I immediately thought. I was thinking, wow, okay, but him as a individual character, I just saw him as being an annoying person. Yeah, he's just very annoying. He didn't get under my skin enough for me to be where Wahala was, but he was just an annoying
He's a bastardo, bro. He's a bastardo.
I'm trying to remember the last film where it's like they made me dislike the person. I'm like, yeah, that's because I kind of agree with you in the terms of if you make me like really dislike this person, you did a good job. You did a good job.
Yeah, I didn't like him. He's annoying, but
the king.
Not so far. Who else is there? Yeah, like the last time somebody who I could just dislike was Game of Thrones. What was his name?
The King, Joffrey.
Joffrey. Yeah. Yes.
Exactly. So,
he's the C word.
Yeah.
And when what happened. I defend it.
Sorry, let me just I want you to know, that one of the baddest bad boy lines of all time will always be when the mum, what's her name, man? The woman, the oldest woman, when what's his name poisoned her, and he said, "Tell Cersei I did." And I said, "Yeah." Tell Cersei was me.
There's so many bad lines in that program.
Yeah. I forgot her name, man.
Knowledge is power. Kill him. Power is power. Oh man. Sorry.
So I watched that. I started catching up with Abbott's Elementary season 5. That's it's been good.
Lady Tyrell, that's it.
Yeah, Lady Tyrell. So that's been good. Also, I started watching. It's an older series called Mr. In Between.
You haven't watched Mr. In Between before?
I haven't watched the whole.
Mr. In Between is gangster, bro.
I've even heard of it before.
Yes,
gangster.
And there's a film as well.
Is it? Oh, okay. Now the series is gangster, and the reason why the series is gangster is because it doesn't impose on itself.
It's the In Between is wicked.
It's
about an Australian guy.
Okay.
I've told you about this before. I brought this up.
I don't have time to watch a lot of stuff. I don't understand how you guys do it.
So I caught the thing the other day and I started watching it, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. The episodes are like 20-25 minutes long, and it's not even big budget, but it's done so well that I properly enjoyed it. So I'm still going through it now. There's 2 seasons I can see. Still going through it now, but that's the TV that I'm up to now. I actually haven't managed to watch too much during this week because it's been half term, and obviously the children have been at home, so you've got to engage them. So yeah, that's about it.
That reminds me actually. Shout out Nottie. She invited me to go to an exhibition, that Nigerian exhibition thing with her actually. So seeing I'm off work this week, I should be hooking up with her and going there as an honorary Nigerian. I can't remember what it is, but I've been seeing posters for it, so I said yes. So okay, that reminds me. You done?
Yeah, I'm done, man. I'm out, man.
I watched The Penguin.
Okay.
All of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it sacrilegious to watch something at 1.5 speed, 2 speed TV program?
Oh my god.
I don't think so. What?
At one point, because I watched it at 1.5 speed. At one point,
1.5 though.
Yeah,
1.25. You were saying?
No, 1.5. 2 is what I listen to things at 2. So I think I'm giving you some grace by just doing 1.5. But at one point, because at one point I clicked the speed thing to be like, let me speed this up because I'm watching it at normal speed, and it was 1.5. And that's when I knew my brain has really recalibrated itself, because I thought 1.5 was just normal speed. It's like, come on, I ain't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.
So all the acting that involves, all of the tense scenes that involves the space, the timing, the distance. You're a disrespectful human being.
1.5 is not too bad. So what I understand, what I've got to that point now, and with films, if it's not super, if I don't think you deserve me to listen to it at 1x, I'll speed it up.
If you don't deserve,
there are programs like Fleabag that deserve me to listen to it at the original speed, and then there are some programs like Penguin which don't need to be listened to at the original speed.
That's crazy.
So maybe also wear the same socks.
Same socks.
Exactly the same as well. You same colour, everything.
Right.
My ones are washed out though, boy.
Yeah, mine too.
Listen, The Penguin for me was one of the best TV shows of 2024 or 25, whenever it was. It was brilliant. But you just thought it was alright.
Yeah, it was good. But I think it got rated higher than.
I don't like Steph watching stuff
when I watched it.
He doesn't watch things at the time, and I think that makes an effort of. Oh yeah, have you been any of you watching Seven Kingdoms?
No.
That's wicked, you know.
The what?
Yeah, I've heard it's good.
That of the Seven Kingdoms or whatever it is.
Was it you that said there was one episode that was like one? Some people saying there's a recent episode that's like maybe one of the best episodes of Game of Thrones.
It wasn't me that said that, but I know what episode they're talking about, and I know why they're saying that.
I was like, really?
I ain't even touched it. I saw it, and I thought, is this a Game of Thrones thing?
It is Game of Thrones, but it's basically an offshoot. It's about one of the nights, but a night that nobody knows about, really.
Yeah, I haven't even watched
Duncan Egg.
I haven't even watched House of Dragons, so
jeez.
Yeah, I didn't get involved. After Game of Thrones, that was it for me. Shot my load. Didn't have nothing left in the tank.
I am Joe Blow, the lover man.
You should be paying me.
Anyway, yeah, Penguin's amazing, bro.
Amazing.
Penguin's good, man.
I think the acting in it is just phenomenal.
And the last scene on the Penguin as well. Again, a bastardo. You are a bastardo.
Yeah,
that's mad. Fucking like.
I wasn't expecting that actually.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
You know, like I think you were saying, like the Batman villains, they're all psychologically incorrect.
That's where you're putting it.
Yeah, like just insane individuals. You get what I mean? And that's what.
But the Penguin in the actual comic books is meant to be one of the most sane ones
out of the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the program he's sane. He's not insane. He's just
He's just a bastard.
He's a survivor. He does what he has to do to survive. He's a blacker.
He's a New Yorker.
I like how they play the thing. I like the baddie, whatever her name was. She was good. So it was a good program.
Falcon.
Anyway,
Is it better than Ando?
Don't start him with Ando. I need to go home.
Look at this man. Maybe I'll watch Ando.
Ando,
I think he lactates when you mention that program.
Yeah, man.
I'm not the only one.
Yes, we know.
Okay, so end of year things coming around, and if you go and listen to a lot of podcasts where they're talking about end of year stuff, what's your? They will talk about tech. What's your non-tech best of year thing? So everything, Ando. We talk about films. What's your non-film best of year? Ando. Ando was all over the place, and everybody loved Ando except.
And I don't need to know all about the Star Wars.
No.
Okay.
No, you don't. Right. So yes, that is Wahala scratching his non-big shaven beard.
He is.
Hey, you said you never shave.
Oh, very quickly, that video you sent of the person getting the wife was getting attacked and the husband ran off.
No, that was Yoms.
Whoever sent that? Did you watch it?
I watched it, bro.
Should the woman? If the woman left the man, would you say I understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what she should do.
You would say so if that was your sister.
Oh, when you mean left the man? What do you mean left the man as in
we break up,
divorced him? Yeah. What kind of a man is that your wife's getting attacked and you run off?
So the video is a couple and somebody with a knife attacks the woman, and the husband just disappears.
The only way that is okay. He
was gone.
The only way that is okay is if you've got a child and you're holding the child.
There's that, but also there are some dynamics where the woman actually is the boss and she's the alpha and she is the aggressor.
I don't care what you are.
Or she's the protector. Yeah, but there are some dynamics, relationship dynamics, where that is the case. Like, could you see a place where you earn your money for the month and you give everything to your missus?
No.
Right. There's some.
But there's men that do that.
There's some men who will get all of their wages.
There's entire cultures like that.
Yeah,
and the majority of men do that. I don't think that. I think I'm the anomaly.
No, Japan. No. In Japan, it is culture that the man just gives the paycheck to the wife.
It's happened in England
all
the time. I'm saying I think I'm an anomaly by not giving money. There's a lot of people that have these joint bank accounts and stuff like that. For me, that's the same as giving the wife the money. You're putting the money in that joint bank account for her to pay the bills or to do what she's doing. That's the same thing.
I don't know. I don't think you're an anomaly. I think for the most part, it happens the way that you do it.
No, most people I know have all got joint bank accounts and they put money in the joint bank account.
No, I'm talking about you bring in, I don't know, let's round number of $2,000, $3,000 a year, a month, and you just give that to the missus, and then she gives you an allowance. And that's what I'm saying, that there's certain relationship dynamics where the woman is the everything. So that might be it. And that's the only reason.
Bruv. He ran, bruv. He was scared. I'm not even going to say that he shouldn't be scared.
Sorry. When you say the man gives the woman the money and then she gives him
I'm just using that as an example of...
Does that make her the boss?
No, I'm just using that as an example of a different type of dynamic.
Okay, I understand.
I was saying, do you think you have power here?
Does that make her the boss?
No.
Does that make her the more powerful one? Or
no, I'm just talking about different dynamics.
Because you mentioned that she's been the alpha woman, and then you check that in there. So I got the impression you're gonna that causing the power imbalance more towards the woman.
This gives you power over me?
No, I'm just talking about different relationship dynamics. That's all.
I don't see what that's got to do with the actual thing itself then, because we were talking about the power. You were talking about, in that regards, power.
Starting another debate now.
No, because I think he's trying to get out of something. When because we were talking about, so the situation was.
I need to go to the toilet.
The man the woman was getting attacked. The man ran off. So then you mentioned, you both said that. The woman has every right or should leave the man, and then you mentioned this caveat that the woman might be the more powerful one in the relationship, and you listed some things and you put that in the bracket. So I'm like, is that got something to do with her being more powerful, even forget more powerful, like powerful in a relationship? I'm like, I don't.
In some cultures, yeah, that is the case. Like, you are in charge of the finances. You are in charge of my life, so to speak. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's some relationships where the man is in charge and he is in charge of how the money has been spent, when the money has been spent, where we're going on holiday, and all of these things. Like,
some of the time the woman is waiting on the man to make the decision for everything. It could be holidays, it could be I don't know, events, whatever the case is, and that's why I put that in there. So she could be the person who is in charge of everything. She runs the house, she makes the decisions, she's the powerful one, even physically. Do you get what I'm saying? So in some ways she protects him.
All right,
you get what I mean. So and then even then, you know, I would still frown upon it, but I would say that could be one of the reasons why I would think they may still stay together, because that might be the thing that is the relationship. This may have happened before.
All right, simple. She should leave him, or
I didn't see the video, so I don't really know.
But you got the premise. The man dashed out.
Well, basically,
it took strangers to come and fight the man off.
And
I mean, if she decided to leave him, I wouldn't argue with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a horrible video to watch, though.
But again, it would be interesting to hear what he has to say, because he might just turn around and say, "Well, if you ever hear how wicked she talks, she always talking wicked. So when the time comes now for this wicked thing to happen, I never talk wicked. I'll dip." She has to deal with it now. Let's see if she's got that same big energy for this guy.
Maybe it was a setup.
I saw that comment and I was like, yeah, my brain doesn't go in that direction. But once somebody mentioned it, I was like, I showed it to my missus. I said, if that was me, what would you do? I can't remember what she actually answered. Actually, shows you how much I care. All right, let's carry on going back to the things. Yeah, I'm Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss on most of the socials. You can catch us collectively at esnpodcast@gmail.com.
Plug.
Hashtag ESNpod. Start joining the conversation.
Plug.
Send in the thing at esnpodcast.
Yeah.
At gmail.com, which I believe I've already done.
Tell them.
My Stavros says this week is pension. Seeing as we're talking about raising money for our kids, pensions are there. If you're self-employed, the rules are changing soon, so keep up on how you're gonna have to do your taxes and all that stuff. So taxes and pensions. If you don't have a work pension and you're working for a company, I'm assuming, well, it's auto-enroll, you should do it. If you can add extra money into your work pension, do the research. It's a good thing to do that, because especially if they're matching your money, the government is not taking your tax before you're putting it into your future. So just if you're not on that flex, then look into it and all that good stuff. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 552 of the Eloquently Say Nothing podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Simple Simon, Big Wahala, Mr. Wolf, that actor. Thank you very much for joining us. One of you in spirit, three of you in the physical form.
Thank you, brother.
All blessings and love go to you as listeners. Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you, people.
Hopefully it's getting a little bit warmer. We'll see. On that note, my brother with the locks is going to spread his message all over the world.
Remember, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
First said by DJ Webslinger. It's like for life.
For life.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to the ESN podcast.